Hola.
Hello. Hi,
Hey, there
hi.
you are.
I was about to share the stream, but yeah. How you
Oh,
doing?
good. If you want to go ahead and share it, you can.
I'll do it right now in a little bit.
Okay. Actually, I want to get your the link. Her link, folks, is in the pinned descriptions. It'll always be there. And if we can help her out and try to get her to 300 subs, we can tonight. Let me get it.
Yeah, maybe a
Actually,
little. I'm not that interesting, but I mean, I'm just kidding.
no, you
I
are.
try to be. I try to be sometimes.
You're good people. That's the most
Thank you.
important thing, right? But in mods, if you guys, I'm going to go ahead and post it and pin it. But maybe, well, if I have it pinned, we should be good. But if you guys want to post it like every 5-10 minutes or whatever, that would be cool too. Her channel.
Thank you, guys.
And let me go ahead and pin this real quick. Oh, whoops! Wouldn't let me. I have to wait till it goes up a little ways on the chat for it. But let me go through real quick and say hi to whoever's here already. Or said to see Mommy Ivy. Hello, Mac. Wait, what's that? Mactown's Finest One. Hello, Nat Going Bananas. Canadian Tyler. Yeah. Shauna. Michael Beverly. Nepa. How you doing? Thanks for being here. And this is definitely going to be a chill stream. What's up, Cap? um, and we're going to talk about a few things like the hurricane/tropical storm, the fire and or fires in Hawaii, and then we're going to go into some other stuff too. So, but before we continue with that, again, this is Baby Love, and we try to stream or share a stream like what once a week at least, or every 2 weeks sometimes.
Yeah, something like that. Once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Augusto? But her link is in the description. Let me see if I can pin it now too. I don't know why it's doing that to me. I think I have to do it this way. Let's see. There we go. Now I can pin it. And it is pinned. But real quick. Okay, so yeah, but we're gonna like. So I just want to mention something just real quick. So last night, for those who didn't understand what was going on, which I get it, that came in here. What happened was is I went to another stream panel, if you will, in a different community, and we were talking about some pretty cool stuff at the beginning. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a share stream, a share panel share. So that's what started that, and of course that shared to my channel, and of course several different people were coming up and down the entire night. Wall, Constantine, and we had people from different communities. We had AC, Authority Check. We had Sandhill American come up for a bit. We had just different people. And then there was also people I've never met before, I'm aware of, I've never met before. And there was some drama going on. And this is like a multi community thing that happened. And they were playing some stuff from like previously and from the stream earlier that night and from other stuff and playing some live stuff. It was just weird, but it became like a basically a crap show,
Yeah. did they
which is
did they gang up on you?
which is fine.
Mhm.
It's okay. I mean, it was kind of fun, but then it got to the point where there was so much arguing, not just on panel, but in my chat. It was not just my chat either, but the other person's chat. So there were some people that were confused,
Mhm.
and so I just want to clear that up. I didn't aim to have a big old. I mean, like people were like calling it. There were so many different names people called that stream, and people thought it was my panel. It's obviously not my panel. I don't have that background. I don't. I'd be on the top left, but
Mhm.
nothing against Mr. P either. I'm just simply saying that was not my panel. I was just a part of that panel, and I shared it, just like Constantine, Wog, Wiggy.
Mhm.
Uh, oh, we got an echo somewhere.
Sorry,
Oh,
it's my.
let me make sure
Uh-huh.
mine's. I think mine might be. I think I need to turn mine down too. Hold on 1 second. Actually, let me mute for just early mute my mic. Okay, it's muted now. Thankfully, the other tab of the window I had open on my computer actually wasn't like running it, which is weird, but that's fine. Otherwise, I would have had a huge echo.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
happens.
so long story short, folks, is I couldn't figure out how to stop the stream on my end, and I eventually finally did. It was like I don't know, 8 o'clock this morning, I think, or something like that. So, anyways, I had a good time, but I didn't like some of the things that was going on. I'm just going to say that and leave it at that. And I know some of y'all didn't either, but I can't control everything, and I can't decide who's friends with who and who's not friends with who. And so, anyways, getting past all that. but
Yeah, it's always uh I don't know. I mean I don't get caught up like that because I kind of mind my own business, but I see it happen and it's like, oh, you walked into that one, so it's like I feel sorry for you.
right.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't been like really paying attention, but I'm sorry if it got to that point. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and for everybody that was involved, if you're listening, watching, and watch later, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just simply saying that there's some things that I just had nothing to do with. I was just like,
Yeah.
well, I'm here, I'm on this person's panel, but I did share it to my channel. So I was like, I actually kind of stayed quiet on a lot of stuff, and then I actually fell asleep for like short periods of time, and I don't know how I fell asleep with all the ruckus, going on, and then
I
uh,
missed it. I wish I would have heard it, but
it's still up. It
okay, I'll pay attention. Tiffany's or
No, this channel, my channel.
oh, your channel. Okay, okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I was at
I can
Tips
just
for like
imagine.
I was at Tips for like 2 hours, and then I went
Uh-huh.
to that panel. We shared it. It was, I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun, but like I said, there were some things I don't have nothing to do with. I just want people to understand that I it's not my panel. I can't control it. I can't decide who comes up, who doesn't come up, who does what, who does this. That I couldn't figure out how to stop it on my end until a certain time. So I just want people to understand that everybody's their own person, and I
Right,
can't control what other people do, especially when it's on my panel. And nothing against anybody that was here. I'm just trying to throw that out there so people
right.
understand, because people tend to, they like to point fingers like, "Oh, how dare you let that happen?" It's like I didn't let anything happen. It's not my panel,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I had it shared. But anyways, moving on from that.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch one of Tiffany's lives. I mean, I see it and I like put the notifications, but I don't know for whatever reason, like I always get distracted. That's my major problem.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've been wanting to get on her one of her lives too. She's
yeah,
I love Tiffany. She's a great person.
she is. She's good people, and
Yeah.
her and I. Hey, what's up there? Wait, YouTube chat hall monitor police. Is that Telly's picture or Tom's? I can't tell. That's actually pretty funny. I we had a quick little internet dating thing, as most people know about last year. It wasn't no big deal. It was just a little 2 week whatever, and then we made up, became friends, and we are friends. And
Mhm.
I hadn't got to go to her channel in a while. Well, she had actually said that she had not had a live in a while. So I was like, well, I couldn't sleep. So I was like, I'm going to head on over there, say what's up. Bryden was there, and there was other people that I knew, and shift
Mhm.
happens. And we had a good time. And,
That's good.
but I also knew that I saw, Late Night Mike go live, and they're my friends too, him and his wife. And I had a link I needed to give to them for their StreamYard discount. And I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and, head out. And I went over there, and I couldn't get the link to work. And
Mhm.
so I got to figure that out too. But no, it was a good time over there too, though.
That's
But,
good.
but anyway, so you're in California, and what's your experience with it was called Hurricane Hillary.
Yes.
So what
Okay.
happened?
So I'm gonna say it was a big exaggeration. I'm just kidding. I don't know. You know where I'm at? Like I was telling you earlier, it
Hmm.
wasn't as like they described it, where it's like, oh my god, like they can be rivers of like flooded, and it wasn't like that here where I'm at. It actually kind of like rained maybe 1 or 2 nights, I think it was, and it was like a
Uh-huh.
light drizzle, but it wasn't that bad. But I did hear like going towards San Bernardino, like there were like major mudslides. I know on the 10 freeway there are like the roads or like the freeways are like breaking off or something like that, So I mean, it did get ugly for certain parts of California, for sure,
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think when it landed, though, it wasn't considered a hurricane, was it?
It like I'm not sure to be honest with you, but I know that they also there was an earthquake at the same time,
Right.
and they were announcing a tornado at the same time. I'm like, what is going on here? Like it was just out of whack.
That's
Definitely.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm.
it's unknown here in California, especially. I mean, I think the last time we had like, or they say we had a hurricane here was like in like 80 years ago, maybe or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was the first quote unquote hurricane since I think they said 1996 in California.
Um. No, it was way before that. I think they said 1939 or something like that.
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah. So we're not like California is not made for hurricanes. Like we're
Right.
not made for hurricanes. Definitely not. Earthquakes maybe, but even that.
Oh, earthquakes are a common thing there.
Yeah, but they're still scary. They're still
Uh,
scary.
when I was there, back in Bay, I remember we were like trying to haul butt to get to Lake Havasu City, Arizona, which is of course near the border, near Needles, California, but it's in Arizona. And we had to get there by a certain time. And when we left LA, LA area,
Hmm.
we we were already behind. Like I think it was like 16 minutes, and we had to get to time everything, in the big rig. So
Yeah.
and I we had a lot of coffee that morning, and we had to pee and everything. And we was like, you know what, screw it, we're gonna try to make it to. At the point, we are like, let's make it to Barstow,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then we'll see if we can make up some time, and then we'll go in at like a rest area or a gas or a truck stop or whatever. And we got to Barstow, and of course, I was like, I think I can go further, And my son-in-law was like, yeah, let's go to Needles, or the rest stop between here and Needles or something like that. We still got 8 more minutes to make up, somehow.
Yeah.
So, we did it, and finally we got to that rest area, which is actually like, I think it's supposed to be like an hour south of Death Valley or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's in the middle of the Mojave Desert. And we got there, and by the time we got there, I think he said we were like 2 minutes ahead as opposed to being behind. So, like, okay, we got 2 minutes, you
Yeah.
know. It ran
So
in
like
with,
when you're doing trucking, you have to go by the book, right? Like their time limits and stuff like that.
right. Yep. So if you don't, you have to go 3 miles an hour to get some. It's crazy. It's a whole nother story, but we knew we had to get there because see, here's the thing: is when we were in LA, they were like, okay. So that morning we got up. I actually did a live. It's on my channel. I was in LA doing laundry, and not LA exactly. It was Ontario, but it was in the
Yeah.
area, and I think we left at like 3 in the morning to go to Vernon, and we had to drop off a load there in the warehouse district. But the thing of it is we didn't have directions. They didn't have directions for us after that, like where we're supposed to go there. So we're stuck there, and then we're trying to find a place to park. Everything costs in that warehouse district, and then we went to Compton, I think it was, and we found a McDonald's that was truck friendly. So we got some breakfast there. We ate breakfast. I don't know. It took like 2 or 3 hours. So obviously, with rush hour, LA traffic, right?
Yeah.
It took us a while just to get one place, and finally, it was like, okay, you need to go back to Ontario, and we got, here's your trailer you got to pick up. It was a reefer, refrigerated trailer and whatnot, and it was. And no offense, but it was just nasty. It just smelled like manure. There was cows, and it was like we were back in the desert, but it was in the middle of the city. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a yard near a meat packing plant,
Yeah.
and so it took forever to find the reefer and get it out. It was just ridiculous. And of course, by the time we got out of there, it was afternoon rush hour again. And they said, oh, well, if you don't stop to go to the restroom, you can make it to Flagstaff today. We're like, that's funny.
That's crazy.
So we got to San Bernardino, of course,
Mhm.
and we're like, we'll be lucky if we even make to Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and that was the next goal. And the guy was going to meet us there, and we were going to switch trailers, blah blah blah. So,
Mhm.
long story short, we barely made it, but we did to Lake Havasu, Arizona, not to Flagstaff, but yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. You know what? Because I remember I told you I wanted to get my CDL license. I'm looking
Yep.
forward to it. I really do want to do that. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I want to do, but that's like on
Right.
my top list. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I talked a little bit about it on here, and we'll get back to what we were going to talk about. But my son-in-law, um, see, after that whole trip, my first granddaughter was born. That's why we were trying to get back home, here to Albuquerque, and so that all happened. And then he took my oldest grandson, his son, out on the road for
Hmm.
I want to say about a month, about maybe a little bit longer than I was with them. And he was able to drop him off right before school started,
Yeah.
and he started coughing like he had bronchitis or something in Arizona near Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
And hey, what's up, Telly? Everybody, COVID,
COVID.
Mr.
Hi, COVID.
Canadian Tyler, Michael Beverly, and so um, long story short is I went to my youngest daughter's baby shower up the street here, and I he was telling people what had happened, and something happened to his heart. He
Uh-huh.
had I think it was like it was caused by this virus or something, and he had to leave his truck in the Phoenix area, and my oldest daughter, of course, had to drive there, pick him up.
Hmm.
They had to go to the hospital, and then they came back here, and of course he had to recover, and then he has to be cleared by a cardiologist or something and DOT. So it's a long story. He's fine now, everybody, but
Oh, good.
it's so he's currently still not cleared yet to go back out on the road.
Yeah.
So
They really take all that the health conditions and everything very serious. I know when I had to take my exam and everything, they're like, you make sure you have these papers on you at all times. I'm like, oh, okay.
right,
Yeah, it's very serious.
yeah, certain, and it depends where you go to. It's like unfortunately, I'm just saying California is a pretty strict state when it comes to things.
Yeah.
There's New York is another one of them, and New Jersey, a few other places. But I have to have my paperwork too, proving that I am. My background check was done, and I'm certified to be on the truck. Everything. I had to
Mhm.
have that paperwork with me at all times. I had the digital copy in my phone, but I had to have the physical copies with me too. But
Yeah.
so that's what it is. And then, long story short, is I my middle daughter came over a couple times like last weekend during the week, and different. I have my brother here, and he's going to be here I think until Monday now, and then I have KC and his family going to come over here now and we're going to be doing some work here for a couple weeks, doing some extra work.
Cool.
Um,
So what kind of your son-in-law, what kind of
he's
if
coming
you don't
from
mind me
Las
asking,
Vegas, Nevada. Grandson for the weekend.
or what does he transport, or like
What's that?
what kind of or what does he work for? Like he does
It's all reefers. It's all refrigerated, so it's
oh,
usually like
okay.
food products,
All right, cool.
like groceries, meat. Sometimes it's dry ice. You just don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I just want to do local for now. Like when I once I get my CDL,
Right.
and then maybe later do interstate.
There you go.
Yeah, because I act like I'm tough and stuff, but
You're tough and stuff.
but it's like I don't know, like going on the road alone. That's kind of like intimidating for me. But we'll
Right.
see. We'll see.
It's actually it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of interesting because I don't know. It's something about being in a big rig, a semi. It's like, okay, we're going to be, say we're in Oklahoma City one day. right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And we're just like, okay, this has got to go to Kansas City by a certain time. And
Right.
like, that's almost near Iowa, where I was born. And so we're all the way down south, and we're like, okay, we got to get this to Kansas City by a certain time today. Drop this off, and then stay at a truck stop somewhere, and then go back down to another state. It's just weird, but for it goes like so fast. It really does. It goes by real fast, and
Mhm.
it's not like you're in a car traveling, across the United States to see somebody.
Yeah.
It's more, yeah, it just feels different. Plus, you have all the luxuries that you need, almost everything right there in the truck. You have your bunk beds, your refrigerator, your stove, your TV. He had his PlayStation, his Xbox,
Yeah.
and
In
we
the
have,
big rig?
oh yeah,
Oh,
you know,
really? Damn, I'm excited now. I have my whole little setup going on. That's right.
right,
Mhm.
exactly. And then the only thing that sucked and is we would be stuck in certain areas of the country for 2 or 3 days at a time. It's like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous, and we just get bored. It's like, okay, well, especially like, okay, so we got back to Oklahoma City,
Mhm.
and we were stuck there again for a couple days, and finally we got the orders, and that was at the yard. They call it the yard, which is the truck, the owner's yard, and
Mhm.
inside they have a theater. It's everything's free for the most part. They have a theater, massage chairs. You can lay back, just relax, watch the movies while you're getting massaged by this massage chair thing. They have like this arcade room, a gym, so they have a lot of luxuries, if you will, but you're just kind of trapped there. And so finally, we got the instructions to go to Liberal, Kansas, and there's a meat packing plant there.
Mhm.
And it's like I've been through there mainly, but it's a small little hick town. No offense, but it is. It's just a small little town in Kansas. It's that literally borders Oklahoma. So like it's like 2 miles or a mile from the Oklahoma border. But we got there, and we got there, I think, on a Friday. It's like, yeah, we should have it ready by Monday morning. And we looked at each other like, what are we going to do? There's nothing here.
Yeah, I bet.
There's the
Ooh.
truck stop. There's a Taco John's inside the truck stop. Other than that, I think there was like a Burger King or McDonald's, and there's nothing, nowhere to go really. No offense, it's just nothing to do. And it was in springtime, so it was raining the entire time. It was really, really rainy. And
Mm.
to be honest with you, we just slept a lot. We just slept. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing to do. What else
Yeah.
can you do?
Just sleep it off,
So
right? I mean, yeah.
right, exactly.
I mean, I
Um,
think I would do. I mean, and then since you're driving like long distance. I mean, you should rest anyways. You know.
exactly. So I mean, you just gotta do what you can do, and that's all you can. I mean, like it's only so many movies you want to watch. There's only so many games you want to play, and there's only so much food you want to eat. The list goes on.
Right.
But luckily, I think I actually woke up at 4 in the morning, and this would have been Sunday early morning,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden my son-in-law wakes up shortly after I do, because I laid back down. I'm on the top bunk, obviously. He's in the bottom bunk. And all of a sudden, I felt the truck moving. So I
Mhm.
kind of dozed back off a little bit, I guess, and didn't realize exactly what he was doing. I thought maybe he was just going to use the restroom or whatever.
Mhm.
And the truck started moving, and we had like literally we were bobtailing, so we just had the tractor, and so we had front door parking at the truck stop. So we didn't have, because it was pouring rain, we didn't have to like run through a large parking lot to go inside. We just had to just walk right to the door. And I'm like, dude, you're moving from the prime spot. He's like, guess what? The trailer's ready. The reefer's ready. I was
Mhm.
like, all right. I said, where are we going now? He goes, LA. I was like, oh boy, we're going all the way from Kansas to LA now.
Yeah, I did when I went to Virginia. This past year, we went through Kansas. It's like really really nice, but it's like there's really nothing to do there. You're right. You
Right.
know. It's all like green grass and everything. It was really nice to see because I don't get to see that here in California as much.
Right.
But I think we stopped at a hotel. I don't know if it was Kansas or Arkansas. I'm not sure. But they're like, this is a no alcohol county, and I was like, what? You guys don't drink alcohol for reals? I was like, all right, well, whatever, you know. But yeah, it was nice. It was a good experience, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
My it was so cute because my oldest grandson, when he got back, he was so excited. He's like, Grandpa, you won't believe it. I got to see actual real grass and trees and creeks and ponds and lakes, because, he's only been in the desert,
Uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
everything. And he goes, and it grows naturally, he says.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, I feel that way sometimes too. I had a friend that lived in Georgia. He's from Georgia, right? And
Mhm.
he's like, yeah, like I could see like his background. It was like all forest and stuff, right? And he's like, yeah, we burn our trash like once a week and this and that. I go, why? Like, don't you guys have like don't you guys have like people picking up your trash and stuff? He's like, no, not here. We have to like burn our own trash. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, he was telling me stories about him running into a bear and what to do, like in case you run into a bear. And I'm like, I've never even seen a bear in my life. Like I've seen them like, maybe once in at the zoo or something. And he's like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Yeah, like we don't have like bears running around in California."
Well, you
He was
guys,
just making fun of me. Huh.
I mean, you do, but it's like we do here. But
Hmm.
it's not like we see them all the time, like people may think.
I don't know. He made it seem like it was like like a daily thing with them, but I was like, I guess whatever, you know. But not here because I'm like a city girl, so I'm more like inland, you know. So
Right.
yeah, I get to see a lot of cars, a lot of um street violence, if you want to call it that, but no bears, you know. Um, nothing like that.
And then you know what my I know this may sound stupid to some people, and it will, especially to you because you're in California. But
Okay.
here, like they call it adventurous gardening because we're high desert, and you're in high desert too.
Right.
But so, just how do I explain this? So, to see certain vegetation is kind of like certain parts of the state, well, certain parts of the city actually here. So, if you go near the Rio Grande Valley, which is near the Rio Grande River, it's
Hmm.
more greener down there. It's lower altitude, even though it's just 10 minutes down the hill. It's lower altitude, and there's also a lot of wealthy people down there.
Hmm.
And so you got some mansions, and we got like the hills and different places. Just they call it mini LA, really.
Hmm.
And so one of the things that my grandsons like to see was palm trees. They love palm trees. I do too, by the way. I love palm trees
Hmm.
and cactuses, certain types like tall cactuses, and just stuff you don't see everywhere here. You have to go looking for it. Unlike Phoenix or California or certain places, they're everywhere. Here you have to go looking for it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there's a newer neighborhood down there, and like they was like, Grandpa, let's go check out the new houses with the big palm trees. We go down there and they would count. It's just something fun, especially for their age. It's just something fun to do.
Hmm.
And so we'd drive around and they would tally up everything like, oh, I counted this many palm trees, this many cactuses, this many whatever, fill in the blank. So
Hmm.
my grandson, he goes, so he talked about going to the Midwest and up north and seeing the natural grass and trees and everything. And he was in the lakes and the streams and the rivers and just the whole 9 yards. And he goes, and guess what? I'm like, what? He goes, and we went and we saw palm trees that were sky high and they were everywhere. You didn't have to go find them. You could just look out the window. And
Yeah.
I said, let me guess, California or Florida? He goes, California. How'd you know?
Yeah, they're everywhere here. I like
Right.
it right. I'm looking out my window. There's like three right in front of my house.
Mhm.
And then the neighbors have a bunch of palm trees. Yeah, they're everywhere.
We have two small ones in the backyard here, but I mean, it takes forever for them to get tall, especially where we're at. But
Hmm.
yeah, they don't get very tall here usually. Like down by the Rio Grande River,
Hmm.
the valley. No, I would say they don't even get that tall there. Maybe 35, 40 feet high at the tallest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, in my old neighborhood, like because I used to live. It's not a main street, but it's one of like the largest streets in the neighborhood. All along the street, there's palm trees, right? And when it's like I don't know, October, November, like when it's really windy. Oh my
Hmm.
God, them palm trees make such a mess. Like they literally like they'll fall and they'll crack people's windshields, or like they get like right in the middle of the street, and it's a ruckus. It's really bad. But
Right.
yeah, it's or sometimes I remember one time I was walking out of my house and it was really windy, right? And all of a sudden it just you felt that big old gust of air. And
Mhm.
if had I not run to my porch, I think it would have landed on my head. Like really, it was really bad. But yeah,
That's
that's it.
crazy.
Yeah, and they're big old because they're older trees, right? Hi, Auntie. They're older trees. I mean, they're really really high. They're really tall, and
Mhm.
the palms are like pretty big. Like yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, then we have the religious days like Palm Sunday,
Mhm.
and that works out for everybody. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, if you go just south of here, like about an hour and a half, the altitude goes from like a mile high to like 3,000 some feet. So the palm trees are everywhere and
Mhm.
cactuses are taller. Everything's bigger, taller, greener, whatever. It's all about altitude.
Right.
And so, yeah, we have like people that, we have a few like, they call them palm tree farms, if you will, or cactus
Mhm.
farms, like these greenhouse or whatever. And so, like for Palm Sunday, we'll get them. We'll get them here from New Mexico usually, and but here, just in Albuquerque in general, we're a mile high for the most part. Even though there's different altitudes to the city, like there's the hills, there's the valley, there's this, and there's that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it is all about altitude. But yeah, California, I will say that yeah, they're just everywhere. Like it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
But,
Yep. Yep.
well, back to the storm. So, what did you experience? If you don't mind talking about, it? I want to hear about it.
Like I said, where I'm at, I really didn't. I really didn't see much. It was just like a regular storm, honestly. Uh, like from once in a while, we'll have like a lot of rain, and then it would stop. And then after it would stop raining, it would get so humid. It was like I was constantly turning on and off my air conditioner because when it would rain,
Right,
like you would feel like kind of cold a little bit. As soon as it would stop, like you could feel the heat. you
right.
know so it was weird. It was really weird. I did enjoy that experience. But
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't. I don't know, not as bad like I seen it like in Baja California, right? how
right.
how the like okay, I don't know if you ever been to Universal Studios here in California.
Wait, where?
Universal Studios.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
do you remember the okay, when you're on the little trolley or whatever, and they have like this,
hmm,
it's like a ghost town, right?
yes, yep,
And then all of a sudden you have all that water rushing towards you, and remember that scene.
yes,
Okay, that's
absolutely.
what that's what it looked like. You know,
Oh,
that,
okay,
that is
yeah.
terrifying. That is
Well,
terrifying.
we have an arroyo literally in our backyard. Like, how do I explain this? Like, so I always tell people this: on this side of the street is considered county. On
Hmm.
the other side of the street is considered city. Okay, so technically, I look out my backyard, which is, I guess you could say west, southwest area, whatever. It's just mostly desert. It's just
Uh-huh.
desert. Now, the other side is all houses, and then you see the lights, because it turns into city. Well, we had this arroyo behind the house here, and it could be sunny here, by the way, and this is monsoon season now. It could be sunny here, but if it rains, say, 45, 50 miles away in Santa Fe,
Hmm.
it could be sunny here, and all of a sudden, like people, like we used to take the 4 wheelers, and the dune buggies and go out in the desert and have a good time, and but you gotta be very careful because in those arroyos, all of a sudden it looks like just a wall. Especially the first part of it looks like a wall. It is a wall of garbage. It's like this black water with tires and cars and
Yeah.
trees and brushes and whatever rolling down, and it'll kill you. It ends up
Hmm.
in the Rio Grande River, which ends up in the Gulf of Mexico eventually,
Right.
and it's dangerous. And people die almost every year in those things, and it's extremely dangerous, and
Mhm.
so you got to be very, very careful. Well, we almost had to evacuate one year, and
Mhm.
because it got so high, it was overflowing, it was starting to flood and everything, and it was barely, if even, sprinkling here. It just
Mhm.
happened to be raining so hard north of here,
Right.
and that's what was going on with that. I got the video. I just need to find it on one of my computers and put it up on YouTube because I think people would really enjoy it.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well,
Pretty
they have
dangerous.
a couple of shorts on YouTube that show like the destruction, in Baja California, as also San Diego. I think got hit pretty hard.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I like to. There's a lot of videos and stuff that I have way back in the day that I would love to get a hold of and figure out if I need to edit them or not, or just post them as is or whatever. So
Hmm.
it's interesting. So, did you guys have the earthquake before the storm landed or after?
It was during the storm. It was
During
but
the
yeah,
storm.
it was in here where I'm at. I think it was more like I think it was Santa Clarita, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. So
Hmm.
that's kind of a distance for me, but yeah, I think it was like a 5.6 earthquake.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I saw. 5 point something rather.
Yeah.
Which I've been in those before. I don't think I've been anything over a 7, but I've been in, and I think the highest magnitude, I think they call it, like 6 point. I think it was like a 6.1, which is not something to like look down upon, but
Mhm.
it's there's worse, obviously, but it was still pretty bad. But even when we were in California there in May, like I we were in several little earthquakes, or tremors,
Mhm.
which we have those here too. So, but I think the highest one was like a 5.1 or 4.9 or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah. I think a couple years back, I think in 2018. Hi, Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
We did have
Deborah.
like a seven something, 7.1. I don't know. It was pretty strong, right?
Right,
Like at 4 in the morning, and I remember I think I was asleep or something. They woke me up, but I was like, whatever. I just like turned over and went back to sleep, right? And then
right.
we had like an aftershake that same day, like around 7, and I think I was doing laundry. I was on the laundromat, and then it starts shaky, right? And then, but I guess we're so used to it here in California, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Like I was folding clothes, and I remember I looked up, and some guy looked at me. Like it was like three people in there, right? And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and then he turned and he looked at the lady in the back of the laundromat, and we kind of just shook it up, and we're like, should we walk outside? We're just like so confused, you know. I was like, oh my god. He said, was that an earthquake? I think it was. I was like, but it's like because it's different. Like they have like those earthquakes that like really really like shake, you know, and
Right.
then they have those rolling earthquakes, which was the one that we felt that day, which is kind of like mellow. It was pretty big, but you just really don't feel them. You just kind of like they roll, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just different.
Yeah, it's weird. My aunt and uncle, um, two cousins were living in Northern California when that big, I think I want to say 1990. I could be off a year or two, but that big earthquake hit,
Hmm.
and my uncle was coming home from work. He was on the bridge in San Francisco that eventually, it's not the Golden Gate Bridge, it's the other one. Is it called the Bay Bridge? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. And what year was this?
Like I said, it was somewhere around 1990. Like I said, I was a teenager living in Dallas at the time, but he almost died from that. But
Is it
they
the
survived.
Northridge? Was it the Northridge? Maybe.
Um, I don't know. I don't really know. I've only been there, I think, once in the
Oh,
Bay
okay.
Area. I know I've been there once. I'm trying to think if I've been there before when I was younger, but I don't think so. But
Mm.
yeah, he said when he got off the bridge, he looked back and he saw people were literally, it's terrible, but you have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And there was people that obviously deceased. They passed away. They got
Hi, Daniel.
um,
Yeah, I do. In a situation like that, I don't know what I mean. Yeah, I would definitely help somebody out, but um, I don't know if I would freeze. Like how some people like out of fear,
right.
but yeah, I don't know. I think about stuff like that all the time. Like, okay, like I used to watch videos of tsunamis and stuff like that.
Mm,
It causes me so much anxiety just to watch it. I'm like,
right.
oh my god, like hurry up, run, everybody run. But it's like the natural disasters they're a force to reckon with.
They are big
Scary.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up mostly in Tornado Alley, so I've been through so much stuff that people wouldn't believe. And like, receipts? Well, I don't have receipts from 1982. I just know what happened. I almost died.
Yeah.
But the tornadoes, in fact, another thing that happened when we were on the road was in Kansas. We went to the prairie lands. And sure, and I got a picture. I got a couple pictures. I need to post them on my community page and Instagram. I just got to find out where they're at. But we actually saw a wall cloud and a tornado, and it was who knows how far away it was because you can see like the desert. You can see up to 100 miles away in certain parts of the desert,
Hmm.
and all I know is you can see so far away, and there it was, the tornado, and it ended up hitting a certain town where I have family and friends that are at, and thankfully they're okay. And that was the
Hmm.
same tornado. It's
Mm.
crazy, and actually I think it was the same one if I'm not mistaken. Now my brother is here right now. He lives up in Nebraska now. He's
Hmm.
here, but that was the same tornado in Kansas, which is just it borders Nebraska. It was the same one, I believe, that we saw from a long ways away, and I got pictures of it. And it ended up hitting that area, and where he lives, I don't know. He was talking about that. The certain town that he lives in is what they call it like a pit. Like it's kind of like Phoenix. It's like it's low altitude, like a bowl, you know. And so a lot of the tornadoes would just jump right over it, you know.
Yeah.
So they never really get hit with the tornado, but they can see it. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's just the stuff you see on the road and different parts of the country, like hurricanes and
Right.
earthquakes and tornadoes. And yeah,
Well, I mean, I've heard of like, okay, I mean, this past year, like in California, we've had like the weirdest like natural disasters. Like the tornado that happened maybe a couple months ago. It's
right.
like it's unknown here in California. We don't go through that stuff. But I don't think I've ever heard like of like New York having a earthquake or like Kansas having an earthquake. Like I don't know, does that happen?
Very rarely. I mean, I remember I was like, before we moved from Iowa to Texas, I was very young. I think I was 10, maybe 11. And my dad was out in the shed, and the tools on the wall that he had was moving and shaking. And we had like a 3 point something trimmer. They called it a
Hmm.
trimmer. And because the Mississippi River has a fault line, it's supposed to be, supposedly scientists say that's going to be the biggest earthquake in American history.
Hmm.
We just don't know when it's going to happen. And apparently, there's one here in Albuquerque. There's a fault line right underneath us,
Hmm.
and we're supposed to have, and we have tremors and small earthquakes here too. I feel them maybe 4 or 5 months. I feel something, a little bit of something. And sure enough, it's like a 3.5 or a 4.2 or 4.9, something like that. Nothing huge, but they're here. But I think the scariest thing for me, honestly, and because I've almost died literally, is
Hmm.
the tornadoes. I
Yeah.
think that's what I've experienced the worst of. You know, so every
Yeah.
time I watch the movie Twister, it
Is
brings back a lot of memories.
is that done with Heather Hunt or Heather or something? Where they're like tornado trackers or something like that.
Right. I think that's her name. And the dude, he passed away. Mike, is it Mike Patton? Not Mike Patton. That's the singer of Faith No More. What was his name? He was in Titanic. He was
Um,
in, um, was it Harry and the Hendersons, the gorilla thing? He was in so many, Weird Science.
I would have to look. I would have to look it up. But yeah, that movie. I mean, I remember when I watched the first time, I was like, "Why are they doing that?" I was so mad at them for doing that. Like, why are you guys chasing tornadoes? It
Right.
made no sense to me. But I mean, I guess that's science, right, or whatever you want to call it. Um,
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it, right?
right. They had this. They called them Dorothy One, Dorothy Two, or whatever it was, and of course at the end of the movie, they got it in the middle of the tornado. It was an EF5, and those sensors, whatever, swirled up into the tornado, which gave them more knowledge to give people more of a warning. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
so, which I don't know if that's really accurate in real life today, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is definitely.
See, Brett says Jeff and I watch Reed Timmer. Yes, absolutely. So you know who Reed Timmer is on YouTube?
No, I don't.
Okay, he's a storm chaser. He's got a
Uh-huh.
pretty large channel, and we were actually talking about this. I think last night when we Brett over in Tiff's channel or another channel. I don't remember, but we were talking about that how YouTube could be a small world sometimes
Uh-huh.
because he has thousands and thousands of live viewers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I found him by default. It popped up on the algorithm, on YouTube. I was like, oh crap, live tornado or whatever it was. And
Hmm.
I went there and I wasn't even going to chat. And I saw Brett in there, who's here right now.
Yeah.
And so of course, I'm going to say hi. And I was like, hey, what's up, Brett? And hey, what's up, Jeff? Like, man, YouTube's a small world sometimes.
Yeah, well, the same interests and people. I run into people all the time, and I'm um, like I didn't think I would meet run into somebody in certain channels, but it's always good. It's always a good experience.
Right. Absolutely. Um, Mods, if you could drop Baby Love's link every once in a while, it's pinned in the pinned description, so it is there. Trying to help her out some stuff. She's not asking for it. I just want to help her. So just FYI, she's not like she's not like begging for subs or anything like that at all. I just want to help her out. She
now,
deserves
now,
it.
now it sounds like I am, Jeff.
No, you're not. Trust me, she's not.
Yeah, no.
But last night with all the drama, even though I was on a shared panel, we finally
uh,
got Constantine to 1K.
I kept seeing it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get on, but I can't. I don't know what was distracting me or what kept me from it, but I missed it.
You're probably better off, to be honest with you. If y'all want to go watch it, here's the funny thing: is I didn't even monetize it. Okay, first of all, and I like I said, I was up all night. I fell asleep almost my nose touching the last button to go on my friend James's panel. And thankfully I didn't, but I fell asleep. I woke up, and I was like, oh crap. And I exited out of there, put my phone down. I was like, I got to get some sleep. And I fell asleep for maybe 2.5, 3 hours. So I'm actually very, very tired right now.
Yeah.
But, nah, I forgot what I was going to say now. Of course, that's how tired I am.
You're delirious. That happens to me
No,
too. Don't worry.
no, but I remember now. But no, with the shared panel, there was just so much chaos that ended up happening. But my friend Constantine, we've been working on his channel for quite a while. He's a part time catcher too, and does other things. He went to the Pantera concert last night, so we showed that, a little bit of that and whatnot, and so we finally got him to 1K last night, which is pretty cool. So he was really happy about it, which I would be too. He's been trying for a while, years, to get that
Yeah.
1K, and we got him there. And so, but yeah, if you guys can post your link once in a while, I'd appreciate that. I think I copied it too. But Baby Love is a good person. She does a lot of music streams, a lot of chill streams, and she also brings awareness to trafficking, things we do in this community. Hey, what's up, in the camp fireside? But so she does that too. She's a small part. Would that be right to say that you're kind of a small part of this community and that you watch certain things?
Well, yeah, I guess when it comes to the trafficking and stuff like that,
Right,
but pretty much it's mainly I like to discuss things that are unjust, things that shouldn't be, and things that we as a society we shouldn't be accepting,
right,
I think we could be better. Um, everybody could do better, definitely.
right,
But we all have to do our part in certain situations that will eventually or actually will benefit all of us, if we could just live accordingly to And I'm not trying to be religious or put it on anybody, but in God's way, So
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I
You know
would
what?
say
I trip out on you sometimes when I'm doing my things. You're like, preach on, baby love. I was like, oh my God, am I preaching? But yeah, I appreciate the
that's cool. But you are supportive of everything that we do in this community as far
yeah,
as the catching
definitely.
goes and
Oh yeah.
exposures and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's good.
There's nothing worse than bringing harm to children. The
Right.
innocent, and that's one of my things. Like, oh my God, like I would lay out my life for a child any day.
Exactly.
Any day. Yeah.
Yeah, I've said it. I don't know how many times I say it a lot actually, and I would literally be happy. I would happily be tortured to death, like
Hmm.
tortured and killed, to save the life of my kids or grandkids. And my
Oh
kids are
yeah.
adults,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's they're my kids and my grandkids. They just they're kids. They
Hmm.
can't. And well, what about other people's kids? Okay, sure. I I would. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
but you think about that. Hey, what's up? Big cops behind us. Oh, is Brett leaving? Bye, Jeff. Big love and chat. Okay, take care, Brett.
Take care,
Appreciate
Brent.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, cops.
I think if put in a situation like that, yeah, definitely, there wouldn't be like, yeah, of course, I would think about my children and what I would leave behind. But if I could save that child's life, I would do it in a heartbeat,
Right. Absolutely.
definitely.
It's scary. We're
It is.
going through
That's what
some.
my kids tell me. I'm like, you're so selfless, and it's like it's not about being selfless or it's just doing the right thing, you know.
Right.
And yeah, because I think if I were to see something or witness something like that and just like turn my cheek or whatever, I couldn't live with myself after that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely. I think about that, quite a bit.
Hmm.
And I, yeah, and the more older I get, the more, I guess you could say, selfless that I become. You
Right.
know,
Right.
which is a good thing. Speaking of that, what do you know so far about the fires in Hawaii? I've seen some videos. I've posted a few to my community page, I believe, and other social
Hmm.
medias. And I don't want to
Um,
get into a whole lot of like deep into it, but it's kind of, you know what I mean?
I've seen the videos and they're heartbreaking. It's hard to watch, especially when you see them jumping into the ocean to save their lives, you
Hmm.
know. And then I've heard of their like, which is upsetting to me. It's really upsetting. I think I was crying in one of those videos where I'm like people are just, some people could be heartless, like
Right.
completely heartless. I think they were saying, oh, we have like our natives, we're trying to survive, and it's been like a week. I think it had been a week past the fires, right? And like we're not out there swimming, we're not out there having a good time in the ocean, we're not doing that, and yet we have all these people over here like snorkeling and doing all this, and I'm like, that has to be the hardest thing to see, like if there's missing people, right? There's many casualties, and yet you have other like, and I don't want to say like, well, okay, yeah, the richer people that just don't care, like,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking, and it's like, oh my God, like these for people, they're homeless, they have no homes, and I mean, I don't know,
It's
I don't know what I
it's
would do.
sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a video by a very probably a brand new YouTube. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna post it in the chat. People, if you have not seen this on my community page, I'm gonna look for it real quick. It's not too far down. If you watch this, because there's certain here it is right here. This is sad. It's Maui, and all it is cars that are burnt down to the frame. There's nothing
Yes.
left right by the ocean,
Yes.
and they're talking about certain things that we don't want to say because we don't know how to affect our channels, but it's
Come to my channel and we'll talk about it.
there you go. She's not monetized, so she can talk about it more than I
I could
can.
talk some grand, but yeah, I know what you're getting at, and it's like it's food for thought. It's food for
It
thought,
is.
definitely.
I don't know why it won't let me. Actually, let me do this. I need to get the link. I'm going to put it in the chat here. But this is crazy, and this is what certain. media, blah, 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 are hiding from people. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm going to get the link. It's in Maui, and you see people walking around they're right next to the ocean, and
Mm-hmm.
it is there's no food hardly. There's hardly anything. It's sad, and
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know about this. So I'll leave it at that. But let me put Hawaii on. I'll just put Hawaii, and
Have we sent like resources to Maui, like because I haven't heard like anything about the Red Cross or anything like that. I mean, they it could have, I just probably missed it, but um have we sent any like help to them?
um, there's the link. I did put it in chat.
Okay. All right, Jeff.
Um,
I got you.
there's not as what I understand from the video is there's not nearly enough resources right
Yeah.
now. So it's sad because you gotta understand. Well, we all understand they're on an island. They
Hmm.
just can't. Oh, we're going to travel to Kansas and get stuff. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
They're
right.
stuck there. It's sad. So it's on my community page, but there's a link, everybody. I just put Hawaii, and there's the link. It's on YouTube, and it's saddening. And
Yeah.
we it's almost like there's, hypothetically speaking, um, it seems like there's distractions on one thing,
Hmm.
and when something more serious is going, you know what I mean, somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Oh yeah.
So I encourage everybody to look at that, please. You heard from Baby Love herself. She is in California, and not that there wasn't some stuff that happened. There was an earthquake. There was a tropical storm, aka what Category 1 when it landed, hurricane, whatever it was.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's nothing compared to what's going on in
No.
Hawaii.
Oh no.
So check that out. I mean, it's interesting. It's a good view. It'll if you have a soul, you might tear up a little bit.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out.
Yeah, that's what I think it's important. We need to decipher what's important and what's not important. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, there's so many distractions out there, and they're trying to get. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, and I don't want to speak on it here on your channel. But um, take it upon yourself to decide what's most important.
Right.
Um, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. It's sad. It really is. I was shocked. Um, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, on that link that I posted, that YouTuber, I think they actually started their channel just for that. They've only got like 100 subscribers. I don't know now, but I'm just saying they're just a small little channel, and they literally didn't care. They just put out what needed to be put out, and
Hmm.
end of story. I hope
Yeah,
it's still there. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was taken down or anything, but definitely check that out. It is on YouTube.
yeah,
Um, Definitely something you want to see, and we need to keep them in our thoughts and good vibes, prayers, whatever you do. I'm not pushing religion. I'm just simply saying, whatever you do, if you pray, if you send good thoughts, if you send good vibes, or whatever you do,
thank
please
you,
do it.
Terrace, for that information. See, I wasn't aware of that. I mean, that's really good to hear. That's really good to hear
On August
or to notice. I mean,
17th, we sent $3.8 million to them, at least according to this. And there's the link. Thank you,
yeah.
Terrence. Biden-Harris administration provides 38 million assistance towards Hawaii residents. Hawaii residents. Oh,
Hmm.
good.
That's great.
Okay,
That's
that's
great.
good. I think the video contradicts that, but that's cool. Awesome.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's what they put out, what they want us to know, but
right.
what's really going on? Who knows? Who knows?
Exactly.
But I'll give it to FEMA. I used to work for a government building here in Pasadena, and it was during I think hurricane or no, Katrina. Was it Hurricane Katrina or something like that in
Hmm.
New Orleans? And they were like on it, like trying to help people. So FEMA does really really good job. I'll give it to
Right.
them. So yeah.
I do have certain issues with certain things. Like I'm literally, folks. This is one of those streams you guys are gonna that I've talked about a lot. This is PG. I'm just being honest with you. Almost all my live streams are I have to fight. I have to do appeals because of certain words, certain things said, certain things what in the chat. We're
Certain
trying
music.
to right exactly. We're trying to keep this PG. So just understand that. Like I can't pick Casey's comment up because I don't want any more issues with YouTube. But hey, Casey, what's up, buddy? But yeah. But hello,
Oh
and I
my
think it's
gosh.
funny. But yeah, after the drama
Yeah,
thing
we
last
laugh
night,
about it all the time.
when
I think
Casey gets here,
I
go
think
ahead.
Jeff knows I'm biting my tongue right now so bad. I'm like,
Right,
oh.
we want to say so many things, and we're just trying to be careful.
Yeah.
But when Casey gets here with his intelligence with technology, I'm hoping with him and Seven and a few others that we can get my Rumble up, my backup YouTube, and we
Hmm.
can start doing these streams on my backup channel that's
You know,
not monetized.
I wonder, because okay, I'm sharing your stream right now, and I know that I have all my YouTube streamed over to Rumble, so I wonder if it's going on Rumble too. I need to check on that.
Well, you're doing a share stream. I'm actually, I think you can. I don't
Yeah. Just,
know.
hi, Shift.
There, shift. Shift happens. Um, I love Shift. She's cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Um, but yeah, I can't wait to get the backup channel so I can just do
Terrence,
almost what I
Terrence, you're gonna get me in trouble.
want.
Don't make me say things. But I agree. I don't know.
I was about to post that too, and I gotta be careful.
I agree with you.
Oh, what I just put up here. Oops. Wait. Oh, it shift happens. It's all good. Sending good vibes.
She's
Sending.
always she's an
She's
awesome person.
awesome. I love Shift. I can't make it to her streams that much, and I feel so bad, Shift. It's just almost every time you premiere or go live, it for some reason I'm just unavailable. I can't, and I lurk. I go give it a thumb. Look, if I can't even lurk, I will
Hmm.
run over there and give it a thumb up at the very least, and go back and watch it later or something.
Yeah, we
Uh,
love some 2.5. Yeah.
2.5.
Um. Yeah, I listen to Shift all the time. I can't like. Sometimes I can't catch up with their stuff, but I try to, But yeah, you guys go to Shift Happens. She's awesome. Um, you'll
She's
you'll
very cool.
you'll always find something entertaining with that girl. She's awesome.
And I will say, she don't give a beep. Shift, drop your link. I'm a member at Andy Cruises, and I've only been to maybe like 6 of his streams in the
Hmm.
last year, but I'm a member because I support him.
Yeah,
You know what
Andy's
I
awesome
mean?
too. That's my boo right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually interviewed him on this channel. We're going to do a part 2. I've been saying that. People are like, you've been saying that for 6 months. Okay, true, but we
Yeah.
got to find the right time and meet the right schedules and everything else. And I want to interview Shift if I could. Um,
Yeah, she'll be a great interview honestly.
oh, I know. She's a firecracker.
Yeah.
She's cool. But yeah, Shift, drop your link. Somebody drop Shift's link. And then also Baby Love's link is in the pinned description.
Shift, I'm being
Um,
censored. I'm saying.
yeah. After last night, I almost had my channel taken down. I had to fight that. And I won with all the drama. And that was a share panel. But yeah, I just gotta be careful. And I hate it
No, no,
because I
I
just
I
want to be
understand. I'm
mean.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's the censorship is unreal.
You
I
know,
get. Go
it,
ahead.
it's really it really upsets me, especially with our constitutional rights and but it's like I'm gonna walk around with the tape on my mouth, with duct tape, because I mean that's pretty much what they're doing to us. You know,
Right.
that's what they're doing to us. It's shameful.
It
Whatever.
is. It's like having blindfolds on and duct tape over a mouse. That's
Yep.
true.
Yep.
Cancel culture at its people say at its finest. I'll say at its worst. You know.
I am your agent Shift. What are you talking about? Just kidding. She's gonna get mad at me for that.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna make an effort to try to make more of her streams because I really like what she stands for. I like what she says,
Yeah.
and she's hilarious too. By the way, she is hilarious. And if I
Always
and
talking shift. That's right.
you were talking shift.
We're just shift talking here. I love that.
Oh shit. Shift. Oh shift. That sounds bad. Oh my god.
Oh, you
Oh
told
my
me not to
god.
cuss, really?
Don't you hear that? Oh shit.
Uh,
She's like, hey, wait a minute. Don't get all perverted on me now. Oh my
That's funny.
goodness. That's hilarious. It was I will have to say last night had its ups and downs on that stream, and
Mhm.
Sam Hill American come up, and him and we always been, for the most part, we've gotten along quite a bit, and we don't
Mhm.
agree with everything, obviously. That's just part of life. And there's people that hate him, people that love him, and then they change their minds.
I'm like very like undecided with Sam Hill. It's like
Mm.
sometimes I do like I'm like, oh, he's cool, and then sometimes like shut up, and then it's like, all right, you're right. I have mixed feelings for him for reals,
Right,
but it's,
right.
I mean, it's all entertainment, so
It is.
whatever. Yeah.
Like they kind of played us for a little bit, him and AC last night, authority
Hmm.
check, shit show, whatever. So he comes up on, now again, this was not my panel, I was just doing a panel share. But he came up, and most people thought they were legitimately arguing,
Hmm.
or that AC, who by the way is Mexican American, if I'm not mistaken, he's Hispanic, Mexican American, whatever, where he was saying certain, you know, words or whatever. And Sam was like, "Oh, you're R word and this, that, and the third, race,
Hmm.
blah blah blah." And of course, he wasn't. And they were joking with each other. But some
Hmm.
people thought they were legitimately like arguing and being mean to each other. And then all of a sudden, they both busted out laughing. They were like, "Oh, okay, I get it. I get it."
Yeah. I like AC. He's good people too.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, I don't agree with everything he does. Like some of his avatars, I was very uncomfortable. And AC, I know you're going to probably watch this, or you may be here, and we're good. Just so you know,
Hmm.
we're all good. But some of the avatars he even puts up, I know he's making fun of certain people, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Hmm.
But I get where he's coming from most of the time, and most people won't understand that. But
Hmm.
he's very edgy, very
Yes, he is.
edgy.
He is, and that's what I like about him. Um,
Right.
yeah.
But on my channel, or if I'm sharing a panel that's on my channel, it makes me a little nervous, you know.
That's all right. You're like, oh no, what is he gonna say next?
Or what's he going to show next?
Yeah.
So there's that too. But here's the thing: I get it. Most people get it, or on panel get it, but most people in chat don't, or
Yeah.
half. And
Well, because they have to follow through like everything, like um
right,
sometimes I tell you, I don't know, but this past 2 weeks I haven't really been on YouTube, so I have to catch up on a lot of stuff that's going on. So like
yeah,
going into AC's stream, I would be so lost right now, or even shifts. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff that I don't know where they come up with all this stuff sometimes, but I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I don't know.
it's kind of funny because he's promoted my channel, and I promoted his channel too. But I've only been to his channel maybe 3 times. I'm
Hmm.
subbed, you know, but it's literally called the SHYT show. So
Hmm.
the crap show. I'll just put it, PG wise, and that's exactly what it is. But sometimes it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's
Hmm.
fun.
You know what?
But
I'm scared to panel up on ACs. I don't know. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm like, no, I'm cool.
I
Yeah.
think I've only went up if one time, and I want to say it was one time for like 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I'm gone. Thanks. Have a good one. I'll be in chat. Thank you. Hasta la pasta, all that good stuff. And but yeah, that's why it's called the we'll call it the shift show as opposed to shift happens. But yeah, we'll call it that, the shift show. Um, but yeah, he's funny though. He really is. He's funny, but
Mm-hmm.
he does ride the fence on some things. He makes it very like there's some things he showed last night, and people are going to try to think it's one thing or another. If you don't understand, I wouldn't have allowed. I would have deleted the stream immediately to get it on my channel if it was an actual something rather, and I'll just leave it at that. So no, some things can be deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an animated picture that looks like a big rooster, but it's not. It's something completely something else. You know what
Oh
I
my
mean?
gosh, yeah. They're
So,
very creative in his show. I'll give you that. They're very creative. But
right,
that's awesome. I love them. I have a good time with all of them.
right. And last night people were coming in, and I can tell people. There was actually one person. I'm not going to say who it was. Like, take my rich. I'm like, oh my gosh! And people are like, dude, if you only knew, this is not Jeff's panel. First of all,
Hmm.
this is somebody else's. He just happened to share it like 5 hours earlier, and it turned into what it is.
Hmm.
And second of all, if you don't understand everything, don't just jump the gun. Don't just jump to conclusions. Um, things have a meaning to it. Things have a background to it. Things I don't know everything about, but I do know that it's not exactly what you think. And the ones that are fighting, I don't have nothing to do with. So don't judge me. But
Right.
people like to jump to conclusions and just assume that I wanted a drama panel. No, I did not want a drama panel. I was sharing, and I was on somebody else's. I shared to my channel, and things happened. And not everybody knows, and I don't even know. I know now, but I didn't know then. Everything behind, like I didn't know half the people they were talking about. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
From different communities. So I was going to private it, but it's still up. And
Yeah.
that, by the way, I had to fight YouTube on that today. So just FYI, it was that bad. But I
Hmm.
won.
I
I'm
gotta watch
good.
it. I'm like, I need to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how far in it started. Maybe 2 hours. I don't remember. But yeah, everything went to. Yeah, I had to appeal, and I won. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I don't necessarily agree with everything, but it is what it is. Not
Hmm.
everything you see or hear is necessarily what you may think it actually is. Just
Right.
FYI. So
That's why Shiv puts her little warnings. Like I am not responsible for the language being
right.
used.
And I'm
I
going to
see
say that
that.
right now. I'm going to say disclaimer. I am not responsible for anything that's said on this channel. I'm the owner and don't necessarily agree or condone or whatever the hell. I mean, I have my little thing on the bottom here, my banner, and I have the disclaimer in my description. And I think I'm going to have to add one more just to be on the safe side. I shouldn't have to. People should be adults and know that, but unfortunately,
I find it also comical. Like, oh my god.
right.
But whatever.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'll follow your rules, Jeff. Don't worry.
Well, it's not my rules. It's this platform's rules. I get you. I appreciate that.
All good.
Oh my goodness. Well, we don't have as much people here as we had last time, which also helps a little bit, I guess. It's
Yeah,
more
definitely.
chill. Last week it's almost to 1,100 views. So,
Really.
and we had an average of what 60 people here in the chat or something. Now we're like what 17 to 30, something like that.
Hmm.
So we're doing pretty good. I like a chill chant, like a chill stream. I do like that a lot. Once in a while at least, just relax. Nobody has to like last night. Not only was there fighting on the panel,
Damn, I missed it.
it's up. It's still up.
Shoot. Okay.
It was see late. In fact, I actually changed the title a little. Let me see what I changed it to. I didn't change it too much, but I changed it a little bit so people understand.
Hmm.
This is with late night Mike, Mr. P, panel share, and then I put ASHYT show exclamation mark exclamation mark because that's what it was. It was crazy, and I don't agree with everything that was said, shown, or done, but it is what it is.
Well,
Casey, can you not use the F word? I'm being cool. We're just trying to make this a PG thing, but you don't have to erase it. It's all good. But I can't like put your comments up with that word because of I just had to, when I appeal with YouTube because of that, because of last night.
but even like even chat, because of chat, you could get struck by chat too. That's crazy.
No, not if I put it up
Mm.
on the screen. And
Oh,
sometimes, yeah, I just try to ask people, try to keep it, like this is a chill stream. I don't need, you know,
see, but that's crazy because we're all adults here. I mean, like,
right,
ugh.
right. But this platform is, the platform I'm talking about. We're on it. They are getting
Oh my god.
stricter. It's crazy. See
Oh
what
my
this one is real
gosh.
quick. Casey says Jeff got Jeffed earlier. That was good. Yeah. Um, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know. But, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so you
Um,
guys know when I'm laughing is because I want to say something really bad and I can't
right.
say
Right. Well, even last
it.
night, I was quiet on a lot of this stuff. And even in my chat,
Mhm,
I was almost to the point where I was like, F it. I'm
mhm,
going to let people say what they want to say.
right.
But it got to the point where somebody was making fun of, which I obviously am against. Somebody was making fun of my good friend Constantine, his deceased wife. You don't
Mhm,
go attacking that. And now he's a manager mod in here.
mhm,
So he was busy, I was going to say visiting with him in chat, more like,
mhm,
fist, uh, virtual fist to fist and in the chat. And I was like, you know what? If he wants to have him there to answer, to get him back, whatever, okay. If he wants to time him out or ban him, he's allowed to do that too. He's a
mhm,
managing mod. He's my good friend. He was also on panel. So I let it go. At the very end, I had to time out a few people just to get rid of the comments because they were so miserable. They
yeah.
were just so horrible. You don't talk about somebody's deceased wife or deceased child. You just don't
No,
do
that I mean,
that.
there's like, I hate that shit. There's like lines you don't cross. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you just have to be a fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. A
No, you're
decent
fine.
person, a decent person. Like, don't see. That's one thing I don't like allow people to disrespect me. I think like when you give yourself to disrespect, it's gonna happen. You know.
Right.
But like me, like when it comes to that, like I have to like right away cut it off. You know. Like no, it's not gonna. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You know, because
Right.
I don't know, like if you know me by now, like I'm not a disrespectful person. I would always come at you straightforward, but without having to be disrespectful, you know.
Right.
Um, and I think that's just the way to be, you know. Definitely, like there's no room for that.
Well, one thing we talked about last night too, with late night Mr. P, is like, for instance, there are certain people that have personal information. Like Casey and I, we're good friends in real life.
Hmm.
Like we lived with each other, we worked with each other. The list goes on. He's going to be here in a few days. Um, and like Mr. P and his wife and I, we have each other's phone numbers, Instagrams. We talk offline. We have an actual personal friendship. You know,
Yeah.
and we were talking about that last night. So if we ever got into a situation where it became like where we think we hate each other, we're not going to settle it on YouTube. We're
Yeah.
going to sell it privately on the phone. You know what I
Right.
mean? It doesn't have to be publicly on YouTube.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that too. And not everybody has everybody's personal whatever, you know.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, it's like with me and Andy one time, like we had like this little disagreement where it was more mainly me because females we get our feelings hurt really easily. So I was kind of like hurt with Andy, and I was like, no, I'm mad at him. I don't want to talk to him ever. Like I just did this whole thing. I blocked him, and like I was just being a dumbass. And shit was like, you guys cannot be this way. And this, I was like, no, you know what? Like this happened behind the scenes. Like there's no point in putting it out. Like I'm not a very like how do you say it? I don't like to put myself out on YouTube, especially if it's fake. because me and him were personal friends, right? We've known each other for years. So it's like I'm
Right.
gonna put my business out there, and then for what? So everybody could come in and just be like put their 2 cents in when they have no business in my business. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, like eventually, like I told Shift, like, you know what, me and Andy will work this out on our own, and I appreciate you like trying to bring it to light, but this is something that only he and I could fix, you know. So
Right.
and now he's like of course he's my boo. Like I've known him forever, so
Yeah.
yeah.
You and Andy are such good friends, you know.
We've known each other for over, I'm gonna say 15 years. You know,
What? Wait, 15 years?
15 years. Yeah, I've known him for a really long time.
Wow. Now you guys have met in person, obviously, so
Yeah.
you guys know each other real, real well. And you know, I felt so bad because, of course, you know that when I was going through California, I wanted to meet up with you in it. I know you guys are not together like girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife,
No.
anything like that. I'm just saying you're good friends, and I wanted to meet up with you guys in person because I've only met with you guys, you know, for the most part on YouTube, you know, and
Hmm.
whatnot. A little bit behind the scenes too. I get that. I'm just saying. I was like, well, while we're here, we might as well go out
Hmm.
to eat or have some coffee and chill a little bit. But we didn't get a chance to do that. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. Very, very true.
Yeah, I mean,
And
even though we're both here in California, we're not that far from each other. I mean, kind of, but I mean, we just don't. And it's not that I wouldn't want to hang out with Andy or like, like, because I know I've known him for like from the neighborhood, like back in the days,
right,
but it's just, life happens, and it's really hard. Like I'm always dealing with my like family issues, my children, and now my granddaughter, and he's always he's like the oldest of his family, I believe. I'm not sure. So he's doing like the older brother, like helping his dad out and his family, and it's we're always busy. We're always busy,
right,
you know. But
yeah.
yeah. He calls me sometimes and he'll be like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell at your house." I'm like, "No, you're not." He's like, "Yeah, I am." I go, "You not?" They tell me, "You not come unannounced to my house." He's like, "Come outside." I'm like, "Shut up, you're not here." He's like, "No, I'm just kidding." He'll just laugh, But I'm like, "Don't be doing that. That's crazy." Yeah.
Oh, shit. I like. There's that. Like you and I have. We've had a great friendship for what, over a year now. Yeah, over a year. It's already almost September of 2023.
Right.
But there's only one thing I can think of, and I mentioned it before. And it's so petty, it doesn't even need to be mentioned. I don't even remember what it was to be precise, but it was something like you just kind of snapped at me just a little tiny bit one
I
time,
did.
and that was it. And
Oh
I
my
laughed
gosh.
about it. I laughed about it. I was like, "Oh, we had our first little whatever." I don't even think I even like. I talk about it now,
I
but
honestly don't remember, but I mean, I have my days, I guess. Yeah, I don't even remember honestly, but I apologize. Oh my god.
oh,
I'm like
here's
blushing right now. I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
no, it was nothing. Don't worry. I'm mostly joking, but it was just one little thing. I was like, damn, what did I do? I was like, and then like 2 hours later, we're all cool again. But no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
But
that
see here.
my
Oh, go
friends tell
ahead.
me that like you're like they say I'm like the weirdest person, because I don't know if it's because I don't know if you believe like in your astrological signs or your horoscope, whatever. I'm a Gemini, right? So
Right.
I am like flighty. Like I could like, for example, like I'll be pissed off and I'll be like, "Ugh," and like 10 minutes later I'll be like, "Hey, so you want to go get some ice cream?" Or something. And they get so mad at me, like, "How are you gonna be just? You're just like biting my head off right now. You want to go for ice cream?" I'm like, "What?" I mean, we already talked about it. We dealt with it, and it's like, get over it. And they're like, "It doesn't work that way." I'm like,
Right.
"What? It does for me. Like, it's." Like to me, it's already dealt with it. We already talked about it. It is what it is.
Well, it's like what I talked to you about earlier. And Casey's here, and
Mhm.
the whole plan was, of course, my granddaughter was being. We found out when we were in LA. My daughter was dilated, so everything changed. So the plan was to go see you in person and Andy
Mhm.
somewhere, restaurant, whatever. Have coffee, have food, whatever. And then we were going to go to Vegas. After that was our next drop. Was in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is where Casey's at right now. He's going to be here soon. But and then we're going to go visit them and
Mhm.
then go from there. That's what the plan was, but it didn't happen that way. a
Yeah.
thing, life happens. So,
Exactly.
but yeah, it just worked out in a way that that it would have made it possible. And
Hmm.
then, like I said, about what was it, 11:30 midnight California, West Coast time, we got the call from my oldest daughter that she started dilating,
Hmm.
and it was time to make the plans, and we had to go from there. So there was no extracurricular activities involved, and the drop off in Las Vegas was canceled and redirected to Lake Havasu City, Arizona. So, but next time, there's always a
Yeah,
next
yeah,
time,
definitely. I mean, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. At
right?
least not for now. But yeah. I
Oh
mean, I
shoot!
wish I was out there traveling, but
See, Casey says, "Babies come when they want, not when they are supposed to." Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly. My last son, right when I was having him, I went to the hospital 2 weeks before my Labor Day, right? So I'm
Mhm.
at the hospital. I'm like, okay, I'm having the baby. They're like, no, you're not due for another 2 weeks. I'm like, lady, I'm having the baby. And she's like, no, I'm gonna call your doctor and make sure that okay, my doctor's not the one dilating. He's not the one having contractions. I'm
Right.
having the baby. And she's like, no, 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 you're not. I was like, yes, I. I was like, I was crying. I was yelling at her. I'm like, I'm having the baby, like now, like it's coming. And she's like, no, no, no. And she goes and calls the doctor, and the doctor's like, what are you talking about? If she's telling you that she's having contractions, they're like literally back to back. She's having the baby." And they're like, "Okay, miss, you could come in." I was like, "Oh my god, I want to kill you." But oh my gosh, I was like, "How are you gonna argue with me? I'm telling you, I'm having the baby." It's crazy. But
Well, here's
hi,
the
Sam
thing.
Hill.
Hey, what's up, Sam Hill? He came up last night too. Um, well, here's the thing: is so being it's my oldest daughter's first, child, my first granddaughter.
Hmm.
Um, the last two came almost too fast. Like she barely made it to the hospital, type thing.
Oh wow, yeah.
And we pretty much thought we knew at the time we were in LA. I think we were in Compton or Vernon or Ontario. I don't remember, Calabasas, whatever. And we're like, we're not going to make it back in time. We're not going to be there in time. We're going to miss the birth. But yeah, it took, I think, like a week. She was born on Memorial Day.
Hmm.
So if I remember correctly, I'm just tired. But yeah, Memorial Day. And so we definitely, not only did we get back on time, it was like, what, days later, before she had, my granddaughter and everything.
Yeah,
But we didn't think we were going to make it back in time at all. But
yeah.
yeah, it's,
It's not easy for a woman to have babies. I'll tell you that. But
oh,
it's a
yeah,
beautiful experience. I mean, it's beautiful. Like especially when they hand you your baby the first time, you see it. It's like,
right,
yeah, it's beautiful.
right. Casey, yeah, you're right. It was like a week after. Yeah, absolutely. You remember. Well, I actually cried for several reasons. Obviously, when
Hmm.
I first, grandchild was born,
Hmm.
um, I was emotional at the fact that it's my first grandchild. First of all, that's just obvious, right? So there's
Right.
the happy emotion, if that makes sense.
No, no, yeah.
But
I cried with the baby. Um,
hmm
but it was like it was weird because I couldn't control myself. It was just like my tears were just coming out. I'm like, oh my god, like that's
right,
another part of you. It's beautiful. Yeah.
but then there was with the first, with my oldest daughter at the time, her first child being born, it's the
Hmm.
hardest with most, women. She was in labor for, gosh, over 20 hours, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then they did the epi- she wanted to have, everything natural, and she got to have that eventually, the last two. But um, she wanted to have everything natural, and she was in so much pain, and I was in the room,
Hmm.
and when she was screaming in pain, it it broke my heart.
Hmm.
It really did. It broke my heart. And finally, she did accept an epidural. But because the way she had to lay on the bed and, she was about to have the baby, she was dilated so much, the list goes on, it only numbed half of her body.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So she had to turn another way to try to get the epidural to go down to the other part of her. It's a long story, but when she cried and she said, "I think I'm gonna die," I mean, it's like that bothered me. You know, that hurt me. It's like, no, 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 you're fine. um, and you know, you hear stories and documentaries or whatever. Like, if you could take the pain away from your child, you would. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that was the time that I got it like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me have her pain. You
Yep.
know, let me take it. And
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. But everything worked out good.
It's like what is it? Um,
Wait, hold on. Just one. I'm sorry. I hate to do this, but there's always a piece of shit that has to say something. Oh my goodness, thoughts. Wait, where's that here?
yeah, I
Black
was reading
Pearl.
that.
Did
I
Jesus
don't know what
promote
it is.
liars? Why would you say something like, "Yeah, you're gone"? Ahmad, do your thing. The black, whatever the hell, Black Pearl or Black Pearl
22.
22. That's just disgusting. We're talking about serious life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let Ahmad take care of it. If they don't take care of it, I'll start modding people.
um,
Seriously, that's why I have a lot of mods.
yeah,
So
I'm
Black
reading
Pearl
it on the site. So I'm
22.
like, what is going on here?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna say who did that because I don't want to call them out and let the person know that's who did it. But thank you. I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Um, I forgot what I was saying. Uh, I don't know. I think because I'm reading Sam Hill's his comments, so I think he's backed up on a conversation. But yeah,
Which one? The word or the
no,
one that starts with
no, Sam
traffic?
Hill. He's like traffic is worth. I think he's a little behind our conversation.
Oh, traffic is worse thing about LA. Yeah, he might be behind a little bit. Yeah, it is actually though. Speaking of that, we can change the subject actually. Yeah, that's one thing. I think the worst cities I've driven in that has the worst traffic would be Chicago, Illinois. Believe it or not, Kansas City, Missouri.
Really?
Yep. Atlanta, Georgia. Houston, Texas. I've never been to New York City, but I have family that's been there and they have video and all that stuff. So I'll go ahead and throw that in there.
You know, my son, my
Mm-hmm.
19-year
And
old,
LA. Yeah.
he's been to places more places than I have in my life. I remember one time and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, hey mom, I'm like, where are you at? I'm over here. Oh my god, Jeff, I wanted to choke him. I was like, where are you at? He's like, I'm in New York. I'm like, what? And like I'm considering I'm in California, New York's like, I mean, come on.
Across the United States.
I'm like, what are you doing in New York? Well, I don't know, because his cousin, she travels a lot, right? He's like, well, she said if I could go with her, so I was like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, I want to choke you right now. I told him, Bernie. He's like, well, it's the only time I'm gonna get a chance to go to New York. Okay, I go, but you don't just decide to go to New York and not tell me anything. He's like, well, I mean, I'm already here. I'm like, oh my god, when you get
Right.
home, you are so grounded. He's like, really, mom? Well, I was like in so much disbelief, like, because I'm like, when I was little, my mom used to put it in my head, like, oh, how are you gonna leave? What if something happens? Like, she used to put so much fear into me that I would hate to leave her side. You know, either something would happen to me or something could happen to her. So I would hate to leave her. You know, and my kids are like, they're completely opposite of that. They're like, oh, I want to like learn new things. I want to go to new places. I'm like, New York is okay. If you were to tell me you went to Vegas, I would have been okay, but
Right.
New York is way, what if something happens? He's like, nothing's gonna happen to me, you panic too much. I'm like, oh my god, kid. I was so mad. I was like, oh my gosh. But you know after that I was like, no, you're right. I mean, yeah, you went with your cousin, fine. But
Exactly.
oh my god, that night I remember I had told my older son, I'm like, do you know where your brother's at? And he's like, no. I'm like, he's in New York. What? Even he looked at me like, what is he doing in New York? I was like, you tell me. He's like, oh my god. He's like, are you gonna kick his ass? I was like, no. I'm not gonna hurt him, but jeez, I know these kids these days.
Let me say this back to traffic, if I could, just a little bit. So
Go ahead.
Casey, I believe he's from the Oklahoma City area. correct me if I'm wrong, Casey. I don't think it's Tulsa. I think it's Oklahoma City. But that's one of the most easiest cities to drive through because they actually have the way their freeways are designed, interstates, etc. They're wide open, you know, and
Mhm.
you have plenty of space. And for the most part, they are very convenient. It's a smooth, even through rush hour. It's not usually that bad.
Mhm.
But you go through Kansas City where there's 2 lanes, or Minneapolis, St. Paul, even I live there, two
Mhm.
lanes. Or you go through Dallas where there is 4 or 5 lanes, but it's just terrible traffic. Or Chicago, or Atlanta, or New York, or LA.
You know,
the
passing through Tennessee, I remember we caught a lot of traffic. A
right,
lot. Yeah, I didn't like that area, but it was beautiful though.
right.
Yeah.
Houston is probably, oh my goodness. I have to say, Houston, maybe, I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I think it's maybe a tad bit worse than LA, to
Hmm.
be honest with you. It's bad.
Yeah, well, in LA, because you're not like here all the time, there's certain, I guess because I'm used to LA and the hours in here, I know when to travel and when not to go, you know? Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, I don't know, you just have to know. It's kind of like when you're in your hometown, um,
right.
when to move around.
We remember years ago, I want to say it was 20, what year was it? 2014, possibly?
Hmm.
There's a couple times, actually. There was one time when my wife and I went down there. It was my brother was living down there, and there were some situations that happened. There was a hurricane, there was this, there was that. There was just situations. I don't remember all details. But we drove from here straight through, down to Houston area, Galveston, whatever it was, Beaumont area. And the one time it was me and my father, we were the ones that were designated to drive down there to rescue, help, whatever it was, some family. And we were going through Houston, and it was a Saturday night, aka early Sunday morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Hmm.
And we were thinking, okay, well, Houston, for the first time we've ever drove through here in the last 50 times, should be decent. Bullshit. And not only that, we were driving in one of the, I think it was an entrance ramp onto the freeway on the other side.
Hmm.
It could have been an exit ramp. I think it was an entrance ramp. It literally collapsed with cars on it. We witnessed that, like cars, getting crushed. It was terrible. And there's nothing you can do really. You
Hmm.
have to keep going. If you slow down, you're going to get hit. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
I have to say Chicago and Houston is probably, in my opinion, from my experience, is worse than LA and New York.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
heard something like
bad,
that before.
right?
Mm.
It's crazy. OKC has gotten better. Yeah, OKC, we've never had a problem. Even back in the 80s, when we used to drive through their, gosh, 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, we used to drive through all the time to go back up north to visit family, and it was never a problem. Never a problem. See, Sam says,
I know that's the one. So I'm gonna be a truck driver, so I could, bring in the moolah, baby.
you can, you can.
Yeah.
My middle son-in-law, he's an owner op, so
Hmm.
he makes a very healthy,
Yeah. Well, see,
six
that's
figures a year.
yeah. That's eventually I want to like run my own little business or whatever for truck drivers or whatever, because I want to get my boys into it. Like my son, my older
Right.
son, he's 25, so I want him to, find, I don't know, find something, because right now he's like he's not sure what he wants to do,
Hmm.
and so is my 19-year-old. So I'm like a trucking business would be just perfect, you know. And
Right.
but see, I don't know much about business, so I mean, I would have to learn all that stuff, But it's doable. I have potential,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
Hmm.
I mean, people have this mentality that only a certain type of person, I'll just say it that way,
Hmm. Hmm.
drives trucks. No, it's not that way anymore.
No.
You know, Not at
No, you know,
all.
I know. Okay, because um, like guys from my neighborhood, or like from, like, we would say, oh, hood, they're the hood guys or whatever. They're like,
Mhm.
oh, they never amount to shit, or whatever. I know
Right.
a lot of these guys that eventually turn their life around, and like they own their own trucking companies, and I'm like, wow, dude, that's inspiring. It's really inspiring to me, at least it is. Um, and yeah, like I tell my kids, like, as long as you have it in your head, and you want to do it, and this is what you want, anything's possible.
Right.
Anything's possible. So go for it. I always encourage them to do whatever they want to do, and not be afraid of things. Because when you have
Right.
fear, it's like when there's fear, there's no possibility at all.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Hey Casey, I just threw you a text. If you could look at that real quick, I'd appreciate it. And I hope you can, because I need about 5, 10 minutes, whatever, to take care of this real quick, if
Thank you,
possible.
Terrence.
Oh, what I missed? I missed something. Terrence, here you go, baby love. It's your trucks.com. 10 steps to. Oh, cool, 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 cool.
Let me write that down.
Absolutely, I'll leave it up on the screen real quick. Um, but yeah, if you do come up, we're keeping this PG. We're trying to leave out F words and conspiracy theories and things that may not be proved and all that stuff
You see,
because
as soon as you say conspiracy theories, my laughter just kicks in.
oh, trust me, when I start the second channel, we're gonna
Oh
go
my god.
deep. We're gonna go deep on some stuff. I don't give a you know what. I don't care. We're gonna speak our minds for our
Okay.
show.
I
But
remember my ex, the father of my kids, right?
mm,
He would bring his friends around or whatever, and he would like warn them, like, okay, when you talk to her, make sure like you always respect for whatever, and try not to be like tell her things, because she has no hairs on her tongue. And they're like, what does that mean? Like, she will, like, if she has to, she will tell you off and kick you out. I'm like, oh my god. I go, why do you tell people that? He said, because I know you, I don't want you to scare them away. I
right,
was like, whatever.
Casey, are you able to? Let's see, send it here. Can you check your text message? Please respond if you could. Por favor. Yeah, I've been having some issues a little bit. I haven't talked about it all until now, so here it goes. Not that I need to, but I've been having some blood sugar issues, so I need somebody to come up for maybe 5, 10 minutes. That's all I ask. And I'm asking Casey if he could. I'm just going to throw it out there. I sent you a text message. I think that's the right streamer link. So I know he won't come up here and cuss or do anything. Oh, cool. Here we go. What up, brother?
So
Can you take over? Can you visit with Baby Love You Cool? I'm going to be gone for about 5 minutes. I'll be back. But we're keeping it PG, just FYI. I'm going
I
to be right back. Is that cool?
go for it.
I appreciate it. All right, I'll be right back.
Casey, I think Jeff wants you to like make sure I don't say nothing inappropriate. I'm just kidding.
Hush.
You gotta keep me quiet for 5 minutes. That's all right. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Just right here chilling with Jeff.
Yeah, I'm just here chilling with my pipe.
That's awesome. You do trucking, right? That's what you do, right? If I'm correct.
Say that again?
You do trucking.
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. So I'm confusing you with somebody else, I think. Um, are you the okay? Tell me what you do. You do the media.
I'm the sports broadcaster.
There we go. I knew it. I knew it. So how's that going? You do the
It's
fireworks
going
too,
good.
right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I knew it. That's good.
Could I about freaked out? I forgot I put my pipe in the freezer to clean it.
That's awesome. I don't know. I can't handle that. I can't. I get paranoid, so I try to stay away from it. All I do is vaping, which is they say it's really bad for you too.
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad and you can't.
Yeah. Struggle with PG shit. Terrence, I would, but Jeff, I struggle with PG. I know, right? I'm telling you, I'm like biting my tongue really bad. I tell him I'd be on my best behavior, so I'm trying to. Missouri. Ooh, many tornadoes. Mm. I wonder what's going on. I mean, I don't know. They want to say it's like the end of times, which I don't want to believe that, you know. But who knows what's going on? So Jay. So I hate this awkwardness. I get so embarrassed when it comes to this, but it's okay. Um, let's read the comments.
Sorry, I had water running. I was cleaning my silicone piece out, so.
That's okay. Help me out, brother. I'm drowning. Hi, OJ Simpson.
So am I. I don't know why Jeff brought me up here.
I'm like,
Look at
why
two
did you do this?
drowners up on panel right now.
Oh shoot.
That's why he does it, because it's entertainment for everybody else to watch us drown.
I know. You know what? I had
He's
a friend.
secretly, when he said I'm going to step away for 5 minutes, he secretly meant I'm going to step back for 5 minutes and laugh my ass off.
I don't doubt it. I did that accidentally on one of my streams to one of my friends, right? And he's like, "Hello." It was like the most awkward thing, but it was hilarious. I was like, "Oh my god, I should do that more often." But no, it's not cool. It doesn't feel good to be on this side. Oh Jesus! And then top it off, I have to be PG. Come on now. Oh Lord, exactly. Shift help, help. Awful. This is awful. Oh Lord. Mm. And then my co-host Casey. Hello.
I was trying to think of a joke to tell, but I can't think of anything that's clean, so.
You're in the media. Come on, help me here. I'm choking. I literally like. I know you guys can't see me, but my face is like completely red right now. I can feel it kind of hot. How bad?
Mine's red too, but probably for a different reason.
I'm embarrassed right now. That's not cool. There's a 4x4 creep in chat. Who are we talking about, Shift? This is Jihan. So,
Actually, contrary to popular opinion, I am not very shy. I don't know what to talk about much other than sports. That's all I've done. And not
okay, well,
everybody likes sports, so.
let's talk about boxing. I like boxing.
Ooh,
Um,
who's your favorite boxer?
I don't have like a particular favorite one, but let me see. Okay, Senny Pistone, right? when he was fighting Muhammad Ali. I just love that whole story. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And then also the Robert Duran, the No Mas fight with who was it? Sugar Shea Mosley, was it?
Yes, I think so.
See, I kind of know a little bit. Yeah, I love watching that. watched actually a video on boxing history and stuff like that. Um, Pretty interesting. It's really
See, I
interesting.
like the older boxing matches. I'm not really into a lot of the newer boxing scene.
Right,
So,
right.
like this
Um,
Gervonta Tank Davis trying to fight Logan Paul for a mega match bullshit is like that does nothing but entertain people. That's not true boxing. Like
exactly right. It's all
give
entertainment
give
now. Yeah.
give me Spence and give me Tank, and maybe that's a good fight.
Yeah. Well, the last fight I seen was the Ryan Garcia fight, and I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I was like, dude, what was this? You know, this was like, ah, broke my heart. I wanted a real good fight, you know, like, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, everybody does.
Yeah.
That's why everybody got mad when Mike Tyson bit dude's ear off.
That was something interesting. Huh? Wow. Hey, but you know, Mike Tyson, he's a heavy hitter, dude. Like he's a monster. Like I've seen his
No, I
fights.
love him. I loved him even
Yeah.
more when he bit dude's ear off. I was like, dude's a cannibal. Dude just said, F you, I'm not going to lose this fight, and bit his ear off. Like,
Right. One way or another, he was gonna win, right?
yeah, oh,
Yeah, that's
try to
cool.
fight me now with one ear.
I mean, I don't know what possessed him to like really like bite somebody's ear.
Instead of MC Hammer can't touch this, Mike Tyson was MC Hammer can't hear this.
I know, right? Sonny Liston was he owned by the mob? I don't want to say that. Well, I don't know, but there's a history, I guess. Did you ever see that video of like I think Muhammad Ali was I think it was in Vegas and he was like messing with Sonny, right? And he shoots like blanks at him and he starts running. Have you ever seen that video?
Yes, I did.
I thought that was so funny. I was like, wow.
And Sam, Manny Pacquiao, yes, sir. Probably one of the goats of today's boxing industry, along with Mayweather.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody will ever be as powerful as them, even though Spence is getting close.
Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a good fighter.
And a lot of Filipinos love him.
Yeah, I mean, they should.
Absolutely.
Of course, you know?
He's the best Filipino boxer to ever hit the boxing scene, I do believe.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. In comparison to say Cesar Chavez, who do you think was a better fighter?
I would definitely have to give the upper hand on that one to Manny.
Manny? Cool, cool. How about what's the other guy's name? I just because I don't like him, the Golden Boy, what's his name? Oscar De La Hoya?
Ooh, I don't know. That one would be hard. That one would be hard for me. I think De La Hoya in his prime versus Pacquiao in his prime is a 12-round fight that goes to the judges.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I agree. There's this other one. He was like he's a Mexican boxer. He used to do like a lot of little I think he was the circus. I think his family was from the circus. What's his name? Shoot. He had a funny name. Let me see if I can find him. He used to do like this little comical thing on the ring. Like he used to like mess with them and dance around. But they all do that. So, shoot. Let me see what it is. Mexican boxer. Let me look him up really quick. Okay, what about the new boxer, Canelo Alvarez? Do you think he's a good boxer?
I have not actually seen him box. I've not got to catch one of his matches, so I don't know.
I seen part of it. I think he's a good fighter. He's a really good fighter. I'm not sure like what his rate is, but yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Talking about
That was excruciating, Jeff. Just so you know. Just kidding.
No.
I second that.
We managed. We're talking about boxing right now.
Do you know, Casey? Do you know David, or what's his name? David Nino Rodriguez.
No.
That's how I met a few of my managing mods, by the way. He's I think, is it middleweight or heavyweight boxing champion of the world? He has his own show. But my nephew, and I'm not going to say his name, of course, but my brother's, it would be his second, or I'm sorry, 4th oldest son. He got to meet his partner / good friend. Now, partner as in the ring. They're not gay or anything, just partners in the ring. And like second to him as far as winnings recently. But yeah, I can't think of his name though. But anyways, David Nino Rodriguez is how I met some people that are in the chat right now. Well, they were. And but yeah, anyways. I never got to meet, I don't think I've ever got to meet Mike Tyson. It's one boxer I never got to meet.
I don't know, like he's kind of scary, but at the same time, he has like this certain charm to him. Like I would love to meet Mike Tyson, but I'd be scared to walk up to him. You know,
Like he'll snap at you.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, he seems like a really really good guy, you know. But who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually have some pictures I guess I need to post on my community tab that I forgot to post. I posted them on my Facebook, but I forgot to post them on my community tab from about a month and a half ago when we had our A7FL fall champion or spring championship game. We actually had an ex-NFL coach and NFL scout at our game, and they ran in like an NFL style combine for our A7FL players. And I actually got my picture taken with him. It was Mike Tice of the Minnesota Vikings. He's
That's
actually
awesome.
in Las Vegas at Bullhead City at the A7FL championship game, and he actually hosted our combine and did our combine for us, along with Luis Ojeda, who is an NFL scout.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Let me just address something real quick. Okay, somebody took care of it, so I don't think I have to. Go to.
All right. You're talking about Mike Tyson, Sam Hill. You know, I think what's really genuine about Mike Tyson is his whole life story and what he I guess his trauma, how he turned it into something positive, which is like a beautiful story to me. You know, um, I don't know. I just find him to be a very very genuine person.
Yeah, it's like he had his issues like everybody else.
Hmm.
Some were worse, whatever. But from what I understand, he's pretty humble, for the most part.
Yeah. Um.
Why?
What?
No, I'm just seeing if this was timed out. Somebody was saying something about you want to make sure it's taken care of.
Yeah, you're right, Terrence. I believe that his downfall was Don King. Like he brought him down big time. The boxer I was talking about, the Mexican boxer, his name's Jorge Pais, which is they call him Maromero. He used to do all these little spectacles in court. I mean, in court you know what I mean, in the box. I had a blonde moment right now. I'm sorry. um, in the ring. He used to do all these little spectacles. I guess he had a family. His family has like a circus background or something. I think his grandparents own a circus, and he used to do all these little routines. He's like so interesting to watch, I think.
Right. Let me just answer this real quick. I know this person's trying to press the little buttons possibly, but Casey's catches are my catches as well, and they've all been taken down from YouTube. However, you can go to Predator News now, and the very last post they posted is the police body cam footage of our third catch where our Pred was arrested, taken to jail, which is all on there. booked into jail, charged with several crimes, and so on and so forth. So if you want to see KC, myself, and or my brother, you can go to Predator News Now and you can check that one out. There's one of them. So there you go.
No, somehow I'm not talking about Mike Tyson being in circus. There's this boxer. His name was El Maromero, that they will call him. And he used to do this little dancing and stuff on the ring. He used to make his opponents look kind of silly sometimes.
I remember that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they'll be on Rumble. All of them will. Sorry, I just got to answer this. Life
Go ahead.
is Rich. They're all going to be on. They're already re-edited and ready. I just got to get the Rumble going, so you'll see what half a dozen or more on there. But as far as YouTube, you can go on Predator News Now, and the last post they posted is the body cam footage of not only our first arrest but our first conviction, catch number 3, which is KC, myself, and my brother too, by the way. So there
Hey,
is
Jeff, I just
that.
got you a text message. It's a sneak peek of the picture I'm going to post on my community page. Look at how
Okay.
giant this guy is. This guy's like 6'7", I believe.
I've seen this movie before. That dude's huge.
That's ex-NFL coach for the Minnesota Vikings, Mike
Dude,
Tice.
he's almost twice your size, dude. He's got to be, what, 7, 8
He's,
foot? I don't know, man.
he's 6'7", 6'8", I believe. Something like that. Yeah, he's huge.
Wow. I think you sent me that picture a little while back. I just, I recognize it. But
You might have seen it on my Facebook because it's on my Facebook too.
oh, there we go. Yeah, that's probably it.
But yeah, I'll post that on my community page probably in the next day or so when I get around to posting them all. Because I have pictures of the championship that our Vegas team ended up winning, and pictures of the team that won it, and pictures with the coach that won it, and
Right.
all that. So,
Well, whether they're being sarcastic or real, I'll put it up there because that is true. I mean, yep. Casey is catching his interrogation style. He is a legend for sure. Absolutely. He should have been in that legend video. I don't know why they didn't put him in there, but he hasn't been in the game for a while, if you will, quote unquote. But he will be soon again for at least a short time.
Yeah. There's what? Close to 2 weeks there, probably.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. Life is rich. Sometimes I don't know. There's a lot of trolls that come through here, so I just simply don't know half the time. It's
Even when the trolls make the comments, I
right.
take them as compliments.
But we've had malicious trolls that threaten to unalive somebody or make fun of somebody's. You can't say it, but you know what I mean. There's malicious trolls, so I just got to be careful. And sometimes they start out kind of a little easy, then they get a little harder, and all of a sudden, boom, they come in with an illegal thing, which we have. You gotta be careful what I say, but yeah, there's some people that's being investigated. But yeah, it's you gotta be careful,
And again, for the people in the chat who are still misunderstanding the name that I said, no, I'm not saying Mike Tyson. I'm saying ex-NFL coach for the Minnesota Vikings, Mike Tice. T-I-C-E.
Oh, okay. I would have misunderstood that too. Okay, I'm glad you cleared that up. You had me confused.
So, yeah, people in the chat are going, Mike Tyson is 7 foot or 6 foot. No.
Oh,
Mike
yeah,
Tice,
that guy.
the guy that I have the picture with. he's a big, like almost 300-pound, 6'7" ex-NFL
solid
quarterback.
guy, huh?
Yeah, big solid white guy.
Mm-mm.
Do you mind if I post that picture on my community page and my Instagram?
Go for it.
Cool.
Go for it. That's absolutely. I actually got to sit down and talk with him, drink a beer with him, actually drink several beers with him. He actually bought me a drink.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. We went out to the casino that he was staying at in Bullhead City, and went to the bar and he opened a fucking tab and bought everybody fucking drinks all night long.
Watch the language a little bit if you could, there, everybody. We're trying to keep it PG, man. But yeah, Sam Hill says and became friends with the guy he bit. Late Mike Tyson.
What was his name? Dude, I have his name on the tip of my tongue.
Holy Anderfield. I can't even think.
Holyfield. Was it Holyfield?
Holyfield. Vander Holyfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Wait, let's see what Sam says here.
He just nibbled on him a little bit.
He just gave him a little nibble. No, it's all good, Sam. We're just chilling.
Yeah, I mean, I love boxing. I love watching it. I'm not like, I don't know, I can't give you details about stuff like that, but because my dad used to be a boxer when he was in his teenage years, right, or before he met my mom, or like while he was dating my mom. So growing up, we would always have my dad, like we would walk out of somewhere and he would like have his little stance and he would just punch us really hard on the arm. I would be like, stop. He would just terrorize us like all our lives. And now he does it to my kids, like my boys, right? And he'll just like they're walking into a room or whatever, and he'll do his stance and right away just like give him a big old punch on his arm. I'm like, oh my god, stop. Yeah.
So Coach Tice, you say Coach Tice now, right? 6'7". Holy crap.
Yes.
Used to be coach. Now he's an NFL scout of some sort. He does like scouting for the NFL. I don't know if it's necessarily scout players or scout talent, but he is some sort of NFL scout and he decided to come in because he actually lives somewhere in the Las Vegas metro area. So
okay.
So he was actually just like we are. He was an hour and a half away from Bullhead City. Didn't have anything going on that weekend, and we had reached out to him because he had heard we were doing a combine and had gotten into touch with some people that our higher ups know and talk to on a daily basis, and had heard that he wanted us to reach out. So we reached out to him and was like, "Hey, how do you feel about coming to the combine to be here just as a scout?" And he's like, "How about I'll do you one better? I'll come in and I'll run it. Put me down as the host."
There you go.
So he came in and he actually held the clipboard and wrote down all the official numbers and like talked these guys through how to do the drills that they go through in the combine. Because a lot of these guys, even though they've played college ball and maybe have been on like an NFL practice squad, some of these guys have. A lot of these guys have never done an NFL style combine.
Right.
So they didn't know the drills, how to properly do them. They knew how to do them, but they didn't know. And it was clear once they got in there and started doing it. Like they didn't know they would do something and Mike would be like, nope. You've got to do it. And he would go in and he would show them. And then you'd see somebody do it and go in and do it the wrong way. And he'd be like, nope, restart. That's not a good run. You've got to redo it.
Right.
And like, so they'd go back to the back of the line. Somebody else would step up. He'd be like, nope, you messed up. Next person up. And like, they'd have to do it 3 or 4 times to get it right. Because none of these guys have been in a combine before or been, scouted by anybody. They're trying to get seen. That was the whole point of it. So it was a new experience for everybody. But he was very, very patient with the guys. And like, he didn't get frustrated with them. He was like, look, pay attention. You've got to do it like this. If you do this and make a turn here instead of touching and shifting your weight, then it's not a good run and they're not going to give you a time. And you're not going to be good talent for them if they see you in an NFL combine. You don't get 3-4 chances. You get 1 chance. If you don't produce a time, you go down as a bad mark. You don't know what you're doing. They're not going to bring you on even for a practice squad.
Yeah.
Like, he kept it real with them, but he was.
If you guys want to look
good,
at the screen? Yeah. If you guys look at the screen, I'm bringing up kind of important comments. There's one for you, Casey, from Sam Hill. Appreciate that. I'm going to go to the next one here. I don't want to leave him up too long, but I want to bring him up so you can see him. So just FYI, so Baby Love and I usually go for approximately, 2 hours? Sometimes 3 at the most, usually. Oh, hey, Angel.
Hey,
I
Angel.
see Mike Tice used to
That he did as well.
For my readers. Oh, okay.
He was an offensive line coach before he became head coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
And he head coached the Minnesota Vikings for several years before he decided to just go to scouting so he could be at home with his wife more.
Right.
So
Tice played tight end.
that he did as well.
Right. Hey, Angel, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you. She's a good person, good friend.
As have most of the majority of the NFL coaches. They've had a vast NFL career before they've gotten into coaching. Mike Tice was the same way. He played tight end, but then he got into coaching and coached the offensive line. I think he might have even coached a little defense at one point, and then he got into head coaching with the Vikings.
Ooh, the Vikings! No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Sam, by the way.
And I
like
only
the
knew
last.
Mike Tice because I hate the Vikings because the Vikings and the Cowboys play every year, and Mike Tice used to beat the hell out of my Cowboys every year.
Wait, I'm a Cowboys fan. I thought you were too.
I am too, and he used to beat the hell out of our Cowboys. So,
Okay. I'm just making sure. It's like Tom and I from CPP. He's a Broncos fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. We tease each other all the time.
I feel like I'm back in junior high when I used to hang out because I was like a little tomboy and I would hang out with the boys and they would just talk about sports and be like, okay, well, that's the exit.
Oh, let me just let me just add this real quick. So, Colorado Pet Patrol lost their second channel of 140K. That's 140,000 people. Subs or whatever. They lost it again. He's a catcher, one of the top catchers. So let me see if I have my clipboard here. Here's the new channel. It just started yesterday. He's almost to 1,000. There's the channel. Everybody, please sub to CPP, Colorado Pet Patrol. He's got some catches coming up starting tomorrow. He's a full-time catcher who makes his living doing this. He's like doing a really good job. Him and Alex are like the biggest catchers. So please go sub to CPP. His new channel is fourth channel now. So there it is. Please go sub to him. We got him 100,000 subs in 3 months. Over 100,000 subs in 3 months before. So this started, I think, today or yesterday. So there it is. CPP. Please go sub. Support our catchers. I'll say it that way. They catch bad guys. Really bad guys. So
I will say Green Bay will be better now that they've gotten rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Wait. Aaron Rodgers, he was like one of the best quarterbacks. And I don't even like Green Bay.
He was one of the best quarterbacks for like the first 3 years that he was in the league. The last 4 or 5 years, he's been absolute trash, and Green Bay has held on to him for absolutely no reason. They finally got rid of him after his COVID psychoticness that he went through and all the crap that he had out during that. So
You can't say the C word on here, just so you know. Like the code, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You mean co-biad. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you said something else. Jeez. Yeah, Casey, when you get here, I'm gonna need your help, brother. I need to get my Rumble going. I need to get a second channel. All kinds of shit. I don't have to worry about the most stupidest stuff. What's up, OJ Simpson?
Love is definitely going to be a better QB than Aaron Rodgers for Green Bay, believe me.
Hey, you want to hear something cool? So Alex did a live, I think it was yesterday, and somebody asked him, like, who's the biggest celebrities that support you? He's like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and say it. Aside from, Chris Jericho, Alex Jones, Owen Schwarber, The Rock, et cetera, whatever it was. He's like, the lead singer from Slayer and his wife, which is Tom Araya and his wife. I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. So yeah, the lead singer from Slayer and his wife, Alex got to hang out with them, have dinner. They're very humble people, which I do know. I got to meet Tom. Yeah, so the band Slayer supports the catchers, FYI. So I don't know, if they support like certain catchers or every catcher, but I do know they support Alex. That's pretty damn cool. Any catcher I support. So that's awesome. Hey, James, my broski. What's up, James? Hey, I appreciate that. I love James. He's like a brother to me now. He's so cool. That's so cool. OJ, what's it say real quick? OJ was a star runner at USC for the. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the thing with OJ is like. Yeah.
The glove.
Sorry, OJ. Oh, James, I have to say, I did watch that stream, almost all of it now. I'm like maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes away from the end. And oh, dude, you're so right. You got to the last two questions with Todd, and he just bailed and never came back. Did you press him tonight? Oh, shit. No, the chat's going fast. Oh, shit. There's only 8 people in here, though. That's weird. I usually have like 70 to 100 something. But that's good, though. Keep it slow. Keep it slow.
Yeah, because I'm being censored.
After last night's share stream, holy dude, I had to fight YouTube all day because of that. I thought I was going to private that stream. I had to fight it. I appealed it. I won. It was crazy. I was like, dude, that wasn't even my panel. It was somebody else's. I didn't know everybody. Oh my gosh, it was nuts.
Right.
I didn't agree with everything that was going on. I hated it. Some of it. No offense. If you're here, you're watching, you watch it later. I love you all. But I just didn't agree with everything that was going on. Just FYI. But we're cool. We're good. We're good. But it was crazy.
He banned me immediately in this chat tonight.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, who banned who? Who banned who? Who are you? ACDC.
Oh jeez.
Oh my goodness. I'm so tired. I only had like 2.5, 3 hours of sleep.
Well, Jeff, I'm gonna get off because I don't know why all of a sudden I feel like eating cake, so I'm gonna go bake myself a cake.
Wasn't somebody talking about cake at the beginning?
I don't know, but I'm like craving. I have like this chocolate this chocolate cake I've been wanting to make, and I'm like, that sounds good right now.
So wait, hold on. Are you related to Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias? I like chocolate cake. I like chocolate cake.
I don't know, but no, cake sounds really good right now. I'm just like, my mouth is literally watering, so yeah, I have to get up. But yeah, thank you for having me, you guys. It was a pleasure being here as always.
I appreciate it. You guys sub to before you get off here, sub to Baby Love. Her link
I'm not
is in the
asking. I'm just
description.
kidding.
Yeah, I'm asking. She's not asking. I'm asking. We're trying to get her to 300. So we got Tom. Let's see. We got Tom to over 700. We got Constantine to 1K last night. Can we get Baby Love to 300 tonight? Come on, everybody. It's in the pinned description. She's not asking for it. I am. So
I would appreciate it.
Baby Love, my baby love. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Put your
Was it peasants can eat cake? Queen of France said. Later, she was beheaded by them. See?
There's her link. Y'all go subscribe to Baby Love. She's actually, as you can tell, a very sweet woman.
Thank you.
She's loving. She's caring. She's a California girl.
I'm a Cali girl. Yes.
And she's sexy, but she's cute and she's nice and she's sweet.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take all of that. Just kidding. I'm conceited, as you can tell. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm kidding. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for having me. You guys have a wonderful night. Okay.
You too. Take care, baby love.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye, Casey.
Later.
bye. No, she's so awesome. Her streams are amazing. She brings awareness to. I won't say the whole words because I'm being censored by YouTube right now, but she's she's posting stuff about blank trafficking. Um, stuff that we stand up for in this community. She's doing. Just FYI, I'll leave it at that. Look at my community page, whatever. Go to her channel. And then other than that, she does a lot of music stuff. So she's in LA area. So good people. Trust me, you won't regret it. She's good people. I don't know why she's less than 300 subs. She should be like 3,000. Like, I promise you that. She's good people. She knows what she's doing. Please go sub to her and please share it on your community pages. Share it in your social medias, whatever. She deserves it, and she don't even ask for it. She just does it. So, like, help her out. Let's see what. Where's my voice here? I think I'm getting sick. I hope not, but I think I am. I'm losing my voice. What does that say, dude? Jeff, positive. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. This sucks. I think I'm getting a fall cold. Autumn cold. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, my doctor wanted to give me antibiotics at my appointment yesterday. I'm like, why? He's like, it sounds like you're getting sick. Like bronchitis or a cold, whatever it was. I'm like, I don't want no antibiotics. He's like, well, if you don't feel better in like 3 days, call me back. Yeah, he may be right. I don't know.
To be determined.
Right. It's not even fall yet. Right. Well, it's almost September. We have monsoon season, so it kind of makes it fall here, to be honest with you. Casey knows.
Yeah, we just went through it here too.
Right. In the desert.
Some of that monsoon moisture off of the hurricane.
Yeah.
And it dumped about 2 inches of rain on us over about a 26-hour period, so it wasn't too bad, but there were some areas up around us, more in the mountains, that got 7 to 10 inches and washed out roads and erosion and all kinds of stuff.
The arroyos. So when you go from 116 degrees to like 80 with rain, yeah, it affects your health.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
Actually, 80 with rain made me feel better than 116 with no rain and no humidity.
Right.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I couldn't hardly do anything.
Right. Antibiotics works only bacterial, not viral. Well, you mean viral? Yeah, you put viral, but viral. Well, of course, yeah. I was on Cipro until about 3 days ago, actually, which is an antibiotic. My doctor put me on Cipro. Yep. Which actually helped me quit drinking because you can't drink when you're on it. So, but I got some. Hey, Mandigo! Holy shit, dude! All right, Mandigo, FCC. Why do you still have me blocked? I cannot see your comments unless I go to let's just say a different account. We had a good talk last time you were up here. I appreciate. By the way, Mandigo, I want to thank you. You shouted me out on Bill's stream. I do appreciate that sincerely. You don't have to block me, Mandigo. Seriously, you don't have to block me. If you want to come up, you can come up. We are keeping it PG, and we'll say that. I think you blocked. No, I don't have anybody blocked. I never blocked anybody. Just FYI. I don't know how. I mean, I know how, but I don't know how to unblock them unless somebody shows me. And somebody did show me to see if I did, and I don't, which is like a week ago. So, but no, you don't have to block me, man. It's all good. We have our differences in some ways, but I really appreciate what you said about me on Bill's panel. I sincerely do. That means a lot to me. And I like your Johnny Cash stuff too. Just chilling in the chat. Hey, you're all good, man. We had our differences before, but I think we're cool now. So it's all good. If you want to come up, you're welcome to come up, man. We're keeping it PG, just FYI. But on this stream, we're keeping it PG. But you're welcome to come up. You have a lot of good points. You bring a lot of sense into ridiculousness. I don't know. I appreciate it. I was listening to Slayer today and thought of, oh, cool shit. Hey, did you see the stream last night with Constantine on here? He went to the Pantera concert last night in Denver. Pantera, Lamb of God. I don't remember the band. Yeah, it was wild though. I almost took it down and I actually had to fight it on YouTube and I won. It was wild. It's the last stream. But it was me, Constantine, Wog, AC, Authority Check, Late Night Mr. P, Sam Hill, a lot of other people. Absolutely crazy. People fighting and shit. It was crazy. But I left it up. I won the appeal, so I left it up. So, like, you know what? I won. I might as well leave it up. It was nuts. Oh, yeah. You weren't on that long, Sam. What, 10 to 20 minutes or whatever? It was fun, though. It was good. Hold on real quick. Con can go all night. Well, yeah, he was going to come up for a cigarette and go down, and it just turned into a I'm keeping it PG here. It was turned into a cat doo-doo fest. Yeah. I guess him and LARP had some issues, and they went at it. And then there were some other issues. They went at it, and the list goes on. So, but we're keeping this a PG stream. We're keeping it a chill stream. So if you want to come up and just chill, you're welcome, man. Sounds like a great stream, Sam Hill says. Yeah, it's just that, and no offense, AC, but there's just some things that you put on your avatars and things that you said I just don't like. I'm sorry. Nothing against you, AC. It's just I just don't agree with it. I just didn't like it, and I had to figure out how to stop my part from the share stream. It just bothered me. It really did. We're cool, AC. I'm just saying some things that you put up there. It bothered me. I didn't like it, but definitely borderline. Yeah, AC is funny. I love his laugh too. It's so funny. That dude's cool as shit. Don't get me wrong, but it's just he's so edgy. He's so edgy. In this community, it can be very. It bothered people. It really did. It bothered it. Somebody said, "Please take my rich." They thought it was my stream. It wasn't my stream. It was a panel share, and so Sam Hill, what do you say here? I like EC, but I disagree. Yeah, of course. We can all agree to disagree. But the link is in the pinned description. FCC, if you do come up, I just appreciate if you don't cuss or anything. We're trying to keep it PG. I appreciate that. You're welcome to come up. I like FCC actually. He's very intelligent. We've had our disagreements. Don't get me wrong, but right now we're cool. And I like that. I wish he would unblock me, but I don't know. I can't make him. Other than that, if not, we'll go ahead and end it. This is mainly a Baby Love and I stream, so Casey come up. I appreciate that, Casey, for taking over for a bit.
Not a problem.
If you want or can answer it on panel, if not, just tell me. Will you be here like in a day or two, or do you know, or can you say, or?
No, it's not going to be a day or two. It'll be after the 1st.
Gotcha.
I'll be pulling in the morning that we have to go to work.
Oh, really? What do I have to wear? Just whatever?
Really doesn't matter. Just whatever, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say dress cool.
Dress cool. I can do that. You mean
Because
cool?
it's gonna be hot weather, hot. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, my brother's going to be here till Monday or Tuesday now, by the way, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, it'll be after the 1st. I actually have a job here the 31st and 1st that I have to do, and we won't pull out of here until late the evening of the 1st.
Right.
So we'll pull in probably, hopefully, a few hours before we have to actually go to work, but it'll be enough time to let the kids and wife get everything out of the car that needs to be out of the car, and then probably just me and you will drive down to work that day.
Good.
So,
I do have a question. So the 2nd is my oldest grandson's birthday. I know we're off from 2 to 4, I believe. Will we have time to go there to at least make an appearance? And
I'll have to check with him on that because I'm not sure what our off schedule is like.
All right.
But yeah, we can make an appearance at some point that day.
Good. And then I think you said
we'll make an appearance after work.
Right. As far as catches go, you said probably. I think we talked about the 5th, 6th, and 7th or something like that.
Yeah, and we can extend that on into through the state fair now.
Good. All right. Good.
Because see, last year I was going off last year's schedule, and last year it was, and I think the boss was too, because last year we had the wine festival where I trained with them on how to run their equipment, and then it was like 6 days later I started the fair.
Right.
Well, this year the wine festival is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and the fair starts the 7th.
Right.
So we're literally working 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then 7th through the 17th with maybe a day or two off.
What about the Balloon Fiesta?
And then we'll work probably the Balloon Fiesta too, but that's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the fair. So
right.
That's October. So
good deal.
So yep.
Good deal.
And he's excited to have somebody else local as well working.
Right.
So, because he asked me when I asked him about you, he was like, is he local? I said, yeah, he lives right there. He'll be riding with me. He goes, awesome.
Right.
Said, but he'll be riding with me, so he'll need my work schedule and my days off, which usually
Right.
I only get Wednesdays off with him because that was the day I did my podcast. So I told him keep the same schedule for me, Wednesdays off. I'm good.
Cool.
So
I do have the Camry working now, but the Focus and the other car is still broke down. But yeah, it'll work out good.
nice.
I should have the other car fixed soon. I just don't know when.
Right.
I got the Camry going.
Well, hopefully these jobs will help fix the car. So
Right. Exactly.
and that's why I
But,
told him. I said he's got some things he needs to get done to his vehicle, so he could really use the money. So he'll be there to work.
right. Exactly. I need to get the other two cars fixed.
Yep.
Faux show. See, I like AC. Hold on real quick. I like AC, but oh, you mean Authority Check? Yeah. See, that's the thing last night is I like AC too. Of course I like AC. But he just does things that are very edgy, you know. And I just, and AC, if you watch this or are watching, I have nothing against you. It's just I don't like the edgy stuff. I just don't like that.
Terrence, thank you for dropping my link. Thank you.
Thank you, Terrence. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I'd quietly like to. I don't like to beg for subs, but I would like to get up to the 500 mark and get my watch hours up a little bit. So.
Well, not only that is when we have our catches, we might be going live on his channel as opposed to mine. So yeah, keep dropping this link. Guys, go sub to KC Cox.
And I'll explain what I was trying to say in the chat earlier too on that. When I said like kind of as like a newscast, like you'll be getting ready to interview the pred and I'll come on like, and we're breaking in live with this special program or whatever, where a predator is potentially potentially tried to meet up with a child. Let's see how this interview goes and what this predator has to say for himself.
Right.
And, kind of run it as a newscast since I'm an internet radio station.
Right.
And then you can run the actual interview, whatever, like you normally do on yours and on your other platforms that I help you get set up on.
Right.
And I'll run a separate live on mine as kind of a radio/TV broadcast, just to see, play with it, just to see, keep it within my what my format is supposed to be.
Well, so, if we could, let's do this here towards the end here. Let's spam Casey's channel and Baby Love's channel. If you guys,
there you go.
Let's get them to 300, 400, whatever we can do here. There's not a whole lot of people in here now, but let's do what we can do. People will watch it later. Let's spam Casey's channel and Baby Love's channel. Baby Love, as you know, she's been on my channel for months now, almost a year actually. And she's a sweetheart. She's a good person. She does a lot of great streams exposing be careful. I gotta be careful what I say here. Trafficking rings, other stuff, and music.
Trafficking onion rings? What?
No, trafficking rings. I gotta be careful what I say.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
You're joking. Okay. So, Baby Love and KC. Let's spam their channel.
Onion rings do sound good, though.
Dude, I haven't drank in almost 2 weeks now, dude.
That's good.
I did get some edibles today.
Yeah.
You know, Wednesdays.
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah. Well, yesterday technically.
Yesterday.
I stocked up $9.99 for 300 milligrams. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty high off edibles.
Get those prices for a brownie.
I can't wait till you get here, dude. I got some stuff to show you. Yeah, you're gonna like it. Yeah. Yep. So what's this?
I won't tell you about it on here, but I've got a food business kind of idea thing that I'm thinking about starting, but I don't want to give it away to nobody else because somebody's
Right.
bound to take it and run off with it because
Right.
it's unique. But I'll show you why too. I'll show you some of the videos of why I want to go this way. If I ever did like food business, this would be what I would do.
Cool.
It's,
Actually, you know, Tom from CPP, we're gonna be collabing soon too. So I don't know when, but we're gonna do a collab. So that's kind of like a first-hand information here. If you don't know,
holy, wouldn't that be something?
right? So Tom from CPP, you guys call him Tommy, I call him Tom. We're gonna be collabing soon on some catches. So post his new channel, CPP's new channel. I'd appreciate that. We're going to be having some good collabs here pretty soon. I don't know when exactly, but we talked about it. And Envy Rap. Let's see what Envy Rap has to say here.
Lordy.
Chappie should grow your own, not even for the sake of having it, because it's just super fun to grow. Yeah, I do. I really do. I just don't know how to grow my own plants. If that's what you're talking about. Casey knows. My youngest daughter knows. Right, Casey, you can testify to this. My youngest daughter knows her stuff about that, right?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
She knows how to make edibles and everything. Trust me, she knows her stuff. She's like 26. Yeah, she knows her stuff. I'm probably going to be turning. See, here's the thing. I have like, I thought it was a certain amount, but it's actually more than that of solar panels in the backyard. But I have way more than I thought I had. So it's probably going to be like a hydroponic inside grow. We shall see.
Yeah, boy. I will say hydroponics probably the way to go if you're gonna grow.
Right. And you know, Casey, I don't think I've ever said this before on the internet, but you know, our house is a very busy house.
Yes.
We have family going in and out from all over the United States all the time, and we have a lot of land, and it's very difficult to plan certain things. You grow grandkids, you can grow plants.
Yeah.
That's actually funny. I would usually ban that, but that's actually funny. I
Yeah,
get
no, that's why I said envy rap.
it.
I think that's the way you end the stream right there.
Right. Where we at? 2 hours? Oh, holy crap. Yep.
It's been 2 hours and 45 minutes.
We'll go to 3. Might as well.
Might as well.
Dead Pred. Alex Cat Biscuit sent me. That's a good one. Holy shit. I'm used to Todd or Kurt sent me or whatever. Alex Cat sent me. That was good, Dead Pred. I like that. Oh my goodness, that's good. Oh shit, that's funny. So let me give my opinion on Todd. I heard, okay, so James called me on the phone, like the actual telephone. Okay, for those who don't know, yeah, there were some of us who talk in real life, and we were talking about what happened this morning because I actually fell asleep. I was up all night, and so I watched it, and James, aka Damone, whatever, totally uncalled for. Somebody dropped totally uncalled for. Totally uncalled. What the hell is his account, dude? Clown Force? No, totally uncalled for. Drop his link. So he interviewed him this morning, and he had 2 questions left. And Todd says, "Well, I have an emergency or something like that. I'll be right back." And he never came back. And Todd went live tonight. I think it was like 30 minutes after my stream. So I don't know what happened yet. So if anything happened that was like major, drop the link. I don't really want to.
According to James, he got banned immediately when he got in there and didn't even have a chance to say anything, because as soon as he went in there and started chatting, he got banned. That's what he said earlier in chat when he was in here. That's what he was saying when he said he banned me immediately. That's who got banned. He was talking about Todd banned him.
Wow.
So yeah, Todd didn't even give him a chance to say nothing. He just banned him as soon as he saw him in there chatting.
Dude, Todd is
99 cents short of $1.
right. 2 fries short of a Happy Meal. I mean, I'm not trying to like hate Todd. I'm just saying, he's
No, Todd's funny and Todd's cool, but 99
right.
cents short of $1.
Right. Your grandkids came. Wait a minute, don't. Why do you have to include my grandkids in that? Seriously. I mean, don't do that. I'm not being rude, and I know you're not trying to be rude, I don't think, but don't even include my grandkids.
We just highlighted that one and laughed at that one a minute ago, Jeff.
I know that, but still, it just bothers me. I don't like my grandkids being brought up. MB Rep, chill. Don't ban me. I didn't mean. I know. Don't ban anybody. Don't hide them. Don't ban. It's all good. Just don't do that, dude. Seriously, my grandkids are innocent minors. You don't like to do that. Chap, it was like, no, I get it. It's okay. It's just, it's my grandkids. It's all good. It's all good. Nobody ban him. Nobody hide him. He's all good. No, don't time him out. Dude, I'm so tired. I can't even hardly talk, man. I'm so tired. I've been up all night. I had like 2 hours of sleep. But yeah, hey, Casey, I'll call you after this stream. We'll go over some details and whatnot, if that's cool.
Probably better tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Time?
It's getting a little late over here, and the wife's just now getting ready to walk in the door here in a few minutes, so.
From what time?
Work, noon your time would be fine.
All right.
Or after, whenever. I'll be around all day, so.
Yeah,
I don't have anything pressing going on tomorrow. Just.
I get almost said. You sound like you're underwater.
Oh, I must have my finger on the speaker.
Yeah, you're good now. Oops. No, I get my oldest grandkid tomorrow, so
nice.
I don't want to say his name, of course, because people are sick. Not everybody here. I'm just saying certain people are sick. But yeah, I get him for the weekend tomorrow. So, but yeah, my brother got a nice deal, dude. He got a 2020 Toyota Tundra for like 20. Well, I think it was like 16K. Jeff hates me. I don't even know who you are. Dude, just come in like as a normal name. I don't know. No, like, of course. Well, no, I don't hate you, dude. I don't mind trolls, just totally. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, Casey, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna end it, dude.
All right, later.
All right. Hasta la pasta. I'm gonna play some StreamYard bull crap because I've been getting striked for everything. I'm tired of fighting it. So, yeah. What do you want to hear? The 70s porn pop music or the rock shit? I don't know. No, I don't hate you. All right, 70s porn pop or rock? Which one? One for 70s porn pop or a two for 70s rock? From StreamYard. Ooh. Wait, why would you hate Floyd Rose? Wait. Dude, seriously? Oh, okay. Floyd Rose this shit. All right, anyways. So one for 70s porn pop or two for the StreamYard rock? Dude, I ate too many edibles tonight. Holy shit. Yeah, I overdid it tonight. Two. I like the sound. It's too tentacle. I don't walk around like an Allen wrench. I'm just so sick of it. I really am. All right, I'll play the rock shit or whatever it's called. Yeah, whatever. All right, also pasta. Thank you and goodbye. Bye.